Native American tribes. And what?
Sorry, keep going.
You're like not moving an insane amount. You're like so static.
Well,
You're like
I cut you off.
Oh,
and
talk
then
faster, you little bumbling idiot.
Done.
Talk faster. Hey, what's up, guys? Another episode of Forehead Fables. And
Thanksgiving edition. Gobble gobble.
Yeah, we got a lot. We have nothing planned Thanksgiving related, I don't think.
Well, we could talk about pilgrims and natives and stuff and talk about our favorite Thanksgiving meals. That's just a freebie idea right off the top of the head.
Wow, what'd you get? You get that from fucking ChatGPT. Thanksgiving. Quick, come up with some awesome Thanksgiving ideas.
Are you guys team cranberry or team stuffing? We could do, okay, you tell me a Thanksgiving item and I'll tell you if a pilgrim could beat it in a fight. Okay, this is fresh. I'll tell you which Game of Thrones character it's most like.
I saw the realest shit in the world. It was this lady that was talking about cooking a turkey, and she's like, it doesn't fucking matter what you put on it, dude. It's going to taste like shit. Like, just put it in the oven, put some salt and pepper on it. It doesn't matter. Like, you can do it up anyway. I don't think I've ever had a turkey where I'm like, this is fucking incredible. This is the best turkey in the world. We default to frying ours. We're in the South. Of course we're going to fry it. You know, we fry it. Even frying it up, it's not that great. Like, you still need
I'm going to have to semi-disagree in that I do think there's better options.
No.
I recently went to a Friendsgiving and the guy's like, I don't like turkey. I'm not doing turkey. I'm going to do like a big ass chicken. Big ass chicken? What is that? Just a turkey. You know, I was thinking was way better.
Yeah.
I think ham I prefer, but there's sometimes a turkey, a thick sliced turkey with maybe a herb crust can be quite delicious.
Yeah, delicious if you have gravy and shit to put on top of it. In no way have I ever, like, the only reason I would ever have turkey is just to look like a medieval king with a big turkey leg. But I would rather just have a chicken drumstick, like a chicken drumstick. You know, I'd rather have basically any other bird. Turkey's
kind of a disgusting animal too.
Yeah,
they don't. It's cool when you see one in the wild because you're like, oh my god, I forgot. You know, I forgot these guys just kind of walk around. But they're, what are they? A cousin of the turkey vulture because they got that kind of gross.
The gobble.
I don't know.
Yeah, my grandma's got one of those.
There's a guy I grew up with in school that had, he called it turkey skin.
As a young man?
And it looked like a gobbler.
He had the gobble as a young man?
Not like, it was a skin condition. It wasn't like fat. Like he was a good looking dude, but he just had like bumpy red skin just there where a turkey would.
He had a scrotum on his throat. He had a throat scrotum.
He didn't droop. It just looked like turkey skin.
Did it have hair? Did it have like little hairs that popped out of it?
I can't imagine shaving it. I bet it would hurt really bad. But he didn't. He didn't think to grow a beard to cover it for a long time. But I do think hair can mask. I mean, it went pretty deep. You'd have to have a beard that went like.
You'd have to be like Brian, where you have like chest hair that goes into like
grows
facial.
Into the
Yeah, I think Brian's got to do like a dividing line. He like shaves like a border between his face hair and his chest hair.
Very interesting. Because a man with 15 chest hairs would be quite. Grass is always greener, I suppose. I'm sure he hates shaving dividing line, but
my dad is incredibly hairy, and he's like, I never grew into having any facial hair, and he's like, you don't want this shit, dude. He's like, the amount of time I've sat there like an asshole in the bathroom, just like shaving his ears and his face and his neck. He grows it everywhere. He's got like silverback gorilla type shoulders.
I do know. I know a bald firefighter in my step family that he is blonde originally, and he's incredibly pale, and he looks like an albino gorilla because he's got the thickest shoulder, arm, chest, back hair I've ever seen, but then like nothing up top. Very weird look.
Yeah.
He didn't, it didn't seem to bother him, but probably bother me. I'd like to be able to grow a beard because one day I'm going to be bald and fat, and I'd like to,
That is the default.
It's the
when guys lose their hair on top, you got to be able to grow a beard.
The only bald friend I have, he's got a big fucking beard, and it's not hiding the fact that he's bald, but it does distract, which I think is it helps.
When I go bald, I'm just gonna look like a big fat fucking baby. It's gonna suck.
You look like virus.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. Yeah, me and Abby
Same
are watching
penis
Game of Thrones
situation.
now, and like every time Varys shows up, I'm
nice.
like, my fucking boy, dude, that's Varys. And she's like, you like that guy? I'm like, dude, he fucking rocks, dude. Varys rocks.
Wait, so you've got her to keep watching
keep
it?
watching it, yeah.
Okay, because last time we talked on the phone, you said
It's been
you
like
didn't know if you'd.
pulling teeth a little bit because at the end of the episodes, that's where like the crescendo event is, the big thing that happens, like the cliffhanger. And there's been 2 or 3 times where the episode ends and I look at her like, oh shit, did you see that? And she's dead ass asleep. She's just over there snoring. And so we have to keep like rewatching the tail end of episodes from the previous time. But I've learned that every like 10 minutes I look over there and I go like, make sure I fucking readjust her and sit her up in bed. She starts to slouch and then close her eyes.
Yeah, I am the worst to watch movies with. As you've probably seen, like if I know a big moment's coming up and someone's on their phone or something, I'm like, put that fucking phone down. Like big moment, or if they start nodding off, I'm like, it's just 30 more minutes. Like you just got to stay up for 30 more minutes.
Yeah.
And it's like they lose all the. Then it's like they're forced to watch it. They don't really.
Yeah.
They lose something, and when someone else tells them, you have to pay attention. Just for 30 more seconds. Big reveal coming up.
It is
it also
very
takes
hard.
away this like the big reveal. It's like
if you're going like
up.
watch this is important.
Huge twist coming right off. You got.
I also feel bad because I think everybody's been that person where you're watching something and you have some fucking dork next to you going like, well, actually, they do this because of like every fucking asshole that's ever talked Lord of the
Maybe
Rings with somebody that likes Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings people always.
Oh, did you know he actually broke his foot during that? Yeah, I know. There's like 5 in Lord of the Rings where people have to hit the mark. I'm like, quick fun fact here. I'm also like, I have that certain type of, I don't know, autism or whatever, where anytime I see an actor, I'm like, that guy was in 4 other things. I'm going to list them right now.
Yeah.
I can't help myself. I'm just like, I get some good ones though, where I'm like, nobody would know that. But me and I'm BD.
The 10-year period after Game of Thrones started was full of that, where I go, that person's in Game of Thrones. He's side character in Game of Thrones. And me and Fungal were just talking about this. He's like, oh, in my town, I met Little John Umber, like the Great John's son in the show.
Oh.
Little John just he just was in the town one day. And he was like, oh, you're
cool.
Little John. You guys like, yeah, I'm Little John. Like I wouldn't even be able to pick that guy out of a crowd, to be honest.
Last time I watched Hot Fuzz, I'm like, no fucking way. The Hound. He's the big bald guy. It's like, yarp. Like, this guy's got...
He's got range. He's got so much range.
He can do anything. He can be a bumbling bald idiot. He can be just kind of like a mean guy.
Yeah.
With
a heart.
I mean, I haven't seen him in anything else, but a heart that grows. Yeah, we're not going to talk about Game of Thrones since it's all we talked about last episode, but Red Wedding's coming right up in the book, and I'm starting to sweat a little bit.
Yeah. What a fucking series,
differences.
Dude. I'm telling you.
Do not. And also, last episode we talked about Bannerlord, and I was like, have you seen that mod? It's pretty cool. I've since the day after that podcast, I downloaded that mod.
You finally took the leap.
And I've been playing it. I haven't been this sucked into a video game where like I physically can't stop playing in so long. It feels great, but also it's destroying my relationships, destroying my work. My other job is simply playing a video game on stream, and I can't fucking... I made an off-stream character where I'm like, I'll play this one when I'm not streaming. That way I don't get them mixed up. He became a lot better of a character. And then I'd literally wake up and come down here and be like, well, I guess I can like raid one village. 8 hours can go by.
Yeah.
Don't even realize. 10p breaks.
Have you told Omid that you've started playing it?
I did, yeah. When I downloaded it, I was like, I got to download it. And he's like, dude, have fun. It's a total blast. Did not,
because he's been telling us for
me in.
like years.
I know.
Like he
tried to help me set it up. Yeah, like a year ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll figure it out. It was a little difficult to set up, but my God, the game itself's pretty bare bones. Like not a lot if you can't make your own fun. But wow, listening to the Game of Thrones books, not technically reading them, but whatever, it doesn't matter. And then doing that all night, and then coming down here and playing Game of Thrones and like seeing the places where I'm like, that's in the book. I don't remember that from the show.
Yeah.
Very satisfying. I've got all my favorite characters in my party. Told you this the other day. I've got kind of a little freak show going on, but I got Tyrion, Brienne, Hodor, the Hound.
You have like all the. I got every disabled Bran.
Bearded
Bran
woman.
is fucking running.
The world's tiniest man. Bran in it is funny because he just rides. Yeah, he's not crippled in it.
Oh, he isn't?
I don't think they have the technology in the mod to put him in a wheelchair or something.
Yeah.
But he's also not like a three-eyed raven or whatever. He's just a normal dude. But it's cool. You can like stop you can stop the Red Wedding in it if you want. You can stop Renly being killed. I have not. It seems like natural selection kind of let it.
So you're saying like the events of the series happen in the game? Like there is like
the repercussions.
Okay, now I have to play. Okay, now could I theoretically play as like the Brotherhood without banners or something? Like could I play as like a little mini group? Maybe?
I think you can join them. I don't. There's literally like 20 factions you can start as. I don't remember if that was one because when I started the game, I was like, well, I definitely want to be like the North or something badass.
Yeah.
But they do have all the little like the pirates or the Summer Island little people or whatever. And it's like I've played probably 50 hours this week and I've just gotten to the point where it's not even really fun anymore. But I physically can't stop playing because I've got what Brienne of Tarth's Valerian sword, used to be Jaime's, whatever, Oathkeeper. I've got Oberyn's Red Viper spear. I have a dragon. It's like I've just lived out the Game of Thrones fantasy. In the dragons, obviously, they're so overpowered that the game is not, there's no threat anymore because you can just single-handedly kill like 1,000 people with it.
Can you go over the narrow sea? Can you go east?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Conquer that whole land if you want.
Oh, nice.
You can start over there if you want and conquer Westeros.
So, like, the Khalasars are there? Like, all the horse people or whatever? Okay.
The Dothraki, they're really annoying to fight against because they're like the Huns.
Okay.
And they just ride around on their horses and shoot you with arrows.
Dude.
I've been kind of staying away from them on this character. But
I kind of have...
Daenerys is over there.
I got some things in play in my life that are going to be taking over, like, the end of all December and the beginning of next year.
Christmas.
But after that, I'm going to have to get on Game of Thrones Bannerlord. That seems awesome.
I feel so bad that my older brother just has an Xbox with like, I don't even know if he has internet. He's just out in the woods being a woodsman. Because I've told you before, he can just sit there and play a video game for like 6 months straight.
Yeah.
And I was talking to him about like, I started a new Bannerlord run. And he was like, yeah, that game is really fun. Like, I think once I move, like, I'll probably just boot that up and play for like the next 6. He's like, I'll probably just play that for the winter. Like, one game for the winter. And he's like, dude, I played for like months before and I never reached endgame. Like, no mods, just pure vanilla. This guy can just fucking sit there and crank it out for months.
He's got the mentality of like when I was a kid and I would play before Xbox Live or anything.
That's why. Yeah. That's all. I mean, when we were kids, he had a computer and he would literally just play Diablo and Age of Empires. He had like 2 games, and he'd play them for years.
Yeah.
And
Hitman Blood Money, I would wait for people because I knew their routes. I wouldn't have to like watch the map or anything. I'd be like, he's coming. I know he's coming.
Yeah.
And he's gonna sip from that drink right there, which I've already poisoned, and I'm waiting by the exit. Yeah.
Right into my trap. Yeah, it's. I don't know, something with goddamn social media and TikTok braining myself. I used to be able to sit there. I would play Modern Warfare 2 campaign, go, that was fun. Let's start again.
Mm-hmm.
Play it right back through. Play Oblivion for like 3 months straight. So now it's like, I got to have a new, variety. I got to play a new game every week.
Yeah.
It's the first time in a while where I'm like, I go to bed thinking about it. I wake up thinking about it. The burnout is coming very soon, which is sad because on my streaming character, I played 2 sessions.
You're
I'm
at
like,
the beginning, and now you're
yeah,
at the...
like, guys, we're going to conquer this whole world. Now my other character, I'm like, heavy waist the fucking head that wears the crown. Like, I've done everything.
Yeah.
There's nothing more to do.
Oh.
But
I also feel like I do want to stream more, but I feel like it takes away some of the enjoyment of playing a game when you're live and people are
the
screaming
ability
at
to
you.
open mouth, fucking just sit there.
Yeah,
like I just have my pants off and I'm listening to Game of Thrones audiobook. Yeah, like I can't do. But then also it's like the satisfaction of other people seeing you do something cool in a single player game. I've had a couple moments where I'm like, oh yeah, nobody saw that. Nobody's gonna believe me, but it was pretty cool.
Nobody's gonna believe that I had this dragon, that I torched Harrenhal to the ground,
that I Googled how to scam my way into it.
So like, what are the cities? Do they have their own assets for, like, is Harrenhal a giant castle?
Yeah, I actually, like, you can walk around the towns, which I haven't really done in this. I don't know if they've changed them to look. I'm literally just killing. Level up my troops, level up.
You haven't walked through the streets of King's Landing and checked out Flea Alley or whatever?
When you walk in the game, you walk it like so slow.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's not as quick as your little dragon flying
way outside the village.
What about the Vale? Have you been to the Vale?
The Vale? From the outside, it looks like all of them from the outside look like it, but I haven't been in them.
You haven't been inside the Eyrie? Okay, dude. This guy's a fake fan. What the hell?
I just want to kill people. I got the dismemberment mod, and my God, it's something very satisfying about just like
imagine all the poor beggars in King's Landing that you could dismember.
It never gets any more boring killing like farmers. Like at a point you're like,
see, that's why I want to be like Brotherhood Without Banners, or that whatever the other people are.
The friendly companions.
Yeah, the brave companions. Yeah, no, I want to be the brave companions. I don't want to be the little Robin Hood bitches. I want to be the bad guys, the guys that cut off Jamie's hand. I want to be them. And
yeah,
can you start as them? Do you know?
I could load up the game right now. I can make a new character real quick, a podcast character. That's brilliant. I could squeeze another 100 hours out of that. I don't, you probably can.
That's
if
awesome.
Not, I'm sure you can join them, because I've run into a couple of mercenary groups and they're like, you can join us, but I'd just rather kill them. I'm just going for my own thing. I started my own kingdom, and I'm pissed. I made this character as just like a total throwaway, because I'm like, I'll play this for like, the whole intention was like familiarize myself with the mechanics.
So that
I
when you get on stream, you're a master.
Yeah.
And now it's...
Well, like I was literally going to play for 40 minutes. I named my character like Adrian, and now I'm like, this is the lamest name for like this God King with my dragon.
Yeah.
Like Adrian, and my clan name is like the Swords. Oh, this fucking sucks. Like, I'm not really able to role play as like a total badass, because my guy's pretty ugly too. Which is another... You make a character on stream, everyone wants you to make like a grotesque monster because it's funnier. It is funnier. But then that like little nerd part in me is like, I kind of want him to look cool in armor. I kind of want him to like be badass, because I'm living a fantasy where I already live day to day as a freak. You know, I'd like to kind of drift away into this fantasy world where I could be a king. My character's married. I have children.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I married what's her name, Melisandre or whatever.
You married her? Priest. Have you taken off her necklace yet?
Hell no. Hell no.
Take off that
necklace.
Shit
on. That stays on during sex. I put like 10 kids in her. I took her right from Stannis. He's basically fucking dead already. So. Yeah, no, she's
dude. I forgot all about Stannis. That guy. They mention him so many times in the show, and we're at the point where we haven't met him yet. And they mention him a bunch, and I'm that fucking...
Oh, and you're a rewatch.
Yeah, my rewatch. And I am that annoying guy where Abby's like, who's Stannis? And I go, pause, Okay.
The true king, the rightful heir, the Iron Throne.
And I had that, and mixed with the seed is strong, like the genealogy book that Ned goes through, and I'm like, having to explain all that shit. And she's just like,
hair, golden hair. What does this mean?
You can tell she's like, I kind of just want to like go to bed. I'm like, no, this is cool. You have to.
I thought that was like the point of having like a girlfriend or a wife, is like you have to now watch the shows.
But they don't have to enjoy it. Okay.
Yeah. But you have to feign enjoyment a little bit.
That's what a relationship is feigning enjoyment for shit that you don't care about, that the spouse cares about.
You watch 10 Hallmark Christmas movies. They watch 10 episodes of Game of Thrones. Yep. It's give and take. It's balance.
Bingo. Abby talks about like, I'm trying to make this new sauce for like the food tonight. And what I'm going to do is make like an emulsion based off of like this. And I'm just like, what? Can I eat it yet? Or like, when's it on the plate? How about you shut up until it gets on my fork and in my mouth? Okay, that's
How
what I want.
How about you be talking about your favorite kingdoms in Game of Thrones and who you want to be king?
Yeah, that's what. That's why I still want the delicious food. I love the labor she puts into it. But she's
it better be good. But
she kind of turns into like an Alton Brown, like a science-based food person sometimes. And I go like, but is it going to be fried with lots of salt on top? But
is it going to be yummy in my tummy?
Yeah, what's the yummy factor like? And why don't we have fruit roll-ups in the pantry?
But I do really want to do a Game of Thrones rewatch now, but also I'm now going to be book nerd. Yeah, I'm like, that's a little different than books. So.
What is fun to watch though is watch the pilot and see how bad it looks compared to the following episodes. There's a lot of scenes in the pilot that are poorly lit, that have very obvious bad green screen work, that are very
they get the budget.
Yeah, then they get the budget. And they actually go back and they reshoot some of the stuff for the pilot because they had to like restructure it so it looks better. But a lot of the original dog shit made it in there and it looks horrible. But
the only thing I remember about the pilot is it's incredible. But,
it is pretty good. It is pretty good. But the White Walkers look completely different than they look in the rest of the show. They just look like dudes with armor with blue eyes.
Well, and then you love the mod because they don't have the strongest ability to make things look exactly like they should.
Yeah.
So the White Walkers are just like kind of blue ball sacky dudes, and they just have like big beards and hair. And I guess they have hair in the show and maybe sometimes beards. But they look like like a California raisin got like a beard and hair and got shot with like a blue light. They don't look great, but I've suspended a lot of, I
love how they're struggling to bring
like, this looks great,
like a visual representation of what they look like. Because in the books, they're beautiful. They're like they have this like crystalline armor.
Swords and a living beast. Yeah.
They look so beautiful, and then in the show, they're like, I guess like a weird gross Draugr from Skyrim, but blue.
Yeah, not like Ice Guy.
Yeah,
like old dead Ice Guy,
Iceman. It would be kind of cool for them to be just almost like elvish or something. Like they're supposed to be. They don't really describe them a whole lot in the book, except for just like crystalline. It's creepy or whatever. I feel like huge piss coming on, and then we're gonna do the second part of not the second part of this. We've only been on for 20 minutes, but guys, we're gonna have a shift. Okay, we're gonna start. We're gonna drop all this fantasy shit. Okay, you guys in your trucks are probably like, every one of our viewers is a long distance truck driver, real badass gruff guy.
That's what I think about. Yeah, and they're like, I wanted to talk more about the Red Wedding, but
and they're like, maybe we should talk about Stalker too, maybe a little bit.
Yeah,
that's what we're gonna get to. Just a second. I gotta go pee. I've been drinking so much darn Gamer Sup's my favorite beverage now that they pay me, that I have to pee really bad. Right back.
Yeah, I've had like 3 LaCroix. 20 minutes in RDP break.
I know. Yeah.
Somehow full tank.
I was just talking about that. I was like, I'm sorry, dude. I've been hydrating so fucking hard. Okay, we usually don't talk so much about video game stuff, but
wait, can I say one more thing about Game of Thrones before we move on?
I was hoping you would, because I could talk about Game of Thrones all fucking day.
Okay, just one more quick thing. I will say the most notable difference so far between the book and the series. What's the head guy of the North in the pilot? Sean Bean.
Yeah.
Who does he play?
Eddard Stark.
I thought his name the entire time. I never watched with captions or anything. I thought his name was Egg Fart, and now hearing it out loud in this changes so much. Seeing it written out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's all.
You thought it was Egg Fart Stark.
No, I just thought it was Egg Fart.
Oh, just
I thought Ned Stark. I thought they were saying Egg Fart. Changes like the mood almost entirely.
It does, yeah, a little bit.
Anyway, that's remember yesterday on the phone when I said I had a really awesome Game of Thrones joke?
That was it.
Yesterday I heard them saying Ned Stark in the thing. I'm like, Egg Fart. That's like, it's not really a joke or anything.
That's not even fucking close, dude.
On the phone, I was like, it's really funny. Actually, it's not even a joke, and it's not funny.
And it's not. It's neither of those.
But
things.
I'll make sure I say it.
But Egg Fart is kind of funny on its own.
Yeah, that's also in. They came together. That guy's name's Egbert. He calls him Egg Fart at one point. Oh, anyway, okay. I just like that name. So sorry, go on.
For those of you that are huge fans of Stalker, which is like 12 people, I think.
Apparently, no.
Stalker 2 came out, long awaited. There's a lot of people in the Discord that were like, "Oh, I've been waiting for this since like 2013. It's been a decade of wait time for awesome Stalker 2." And so the game comes out. I'm super stoked because I played a lot of Anomaly and Gamma, which are mod packs for Stalker. And I get on, I'm playing it, I'm having a fun time. I'm the only person that's enjoying it in Discord. It's very hard to enjoy stuff in there because everybody else hates things so much. They love to hate, especially Fungal. Fungal Toe is like, he will make up his mind on some piece of media within like 4 seconds and then just be like, I hate it forever. It doesn't matter if this game turned into a person and gave me a blowjob, I would hate it. And he's just decided that he hates Stalker 2.
That's healthy.
Yeah, played it for like maybe he might have an hour under his belt for the game. And everybody else's
worst game he's ever played.
But this game actually has a like it sorts out some people based on whether or not they get good graphics cards or not. Okay. I'm able to play. Nobody else is. Everybody's like, "How is it, Sam?" I'm like, kind of enjoying it. It's all right.
Not to brag or anything, but I can run it.
Yeah, I can run it, and smoothly, I might add. As smooth as the game runs. It is so fucking bare bones. I don't know if it has anything to do with the developers being Ukrainian and Russia's now dropping intercontinental ballistic missiles from the heavens down on Ukraine. And they might have just rushed to publish the game really quick. They're like, "Oh fuck,
we need go money.
Yeah, we need money now.
We need plane ticket money."
Yeah.
Hurry.
But I did hear that like a portion of their dev team did get conscripted, so they're just like real empty office. I don't know, but that doesn't change my opinion on the game at all. Okay, I'm not going to give them a soft rating because of that. Okay.
You should still wait.
Yeah, you should still. This should be a passion. Where's the crunch? Huh? That's part of the industry. You're not going to crunch when bombs are dropping around you, pussies.
Yeah. Or wait till your veterans get back and they can be like, "Nah, this game ain't how it is." Yeah. Like, nah, I've seen real
more
shit.
Bleak.
Yeah. Make that sky grayer now. More monsters.
Yeah.
Sometimes the men are monsters.
Yeah, take all the anomalies out. We don't need that shit. Yeah. Okay. All you need is just other people.
Tarkov kind of. Yeah. So it's bad.
It's I wouldn't say it's bad. It's just I have played a lot of Gamma and Anomaly, and I don't think I even remember what was in the base Stalker games. And I've only remembered what has been added through those big mod packs that took people years to make. But playing Stalker 2 seems like a direct downgrade in every conceivable way. It's so bare bones. It is like, there's like 5 guns. There's maybe like 3 things in the world to eat. Like there's bread and sausage, and then vodka and water, and a little sody pop that gives you a little pep in your step. There's just not a lot of things out there, you know?
Yeah.
And that's not like, I'm not so super upset about that. But if I fucking spend, all my bullets in 10 minutes trying to kill this fucking monster that's been tracking me down, I better be able to loot something off of it. And you kill stuff like monsters, anything that's not human, can't do anything with it. And the other games, like after you kill like a bloodsucker or whatever, do you remember? Have you ever played those games? Do you know what those are?
No.
You've probably seen like they've modded it into other games before, but it's basically like a thing with like tentacles on its face, and it goes invisible and tracks you down and ambushes
like a Cthulhu or something.
Yeah, it's basically like a human Cthulhu.
Okay.
Those I remember. Maybe it's just the Anomaly mod pack, but you kill them and then you can like loot stuff off of them, sell it to traders. Like, oh, here's like bloodsucker teeth or something, and nothing in Stalker 2. It's kind of demoralizing a little bit, but the positive side is because it's not like, I don't want to say buggy, but there's an aspect to Stalker that I've always liked, which was if you've ever played like Fallout 3 or something like that.
Yeah.
When you're just roaming around, all of a sudden you'll come across a group of people that are fighting another group of people.
It makes the world feel alive.
Love that. I used to always just sit there with binoculars and stuff and be like, who's going to win? These super mutants or the Brotherhood of Steel? I used to just like watch people fight.
Non-sexual voyeurism. Yeah, I've been talking about that a lot. Yeah.
I feel like Stalker 2 or the other Stalker games, I would do that a lot. You would just like see like zombies come in and like try to take over a town, and you would just kind of watch, be like, that town gonna hack it? Like, are they gonna make it? Or
let's see how this plays out.
Well, because on the account that they don't win, you get to loot the guards' bodies and stuff. Kind of like Kenshi does that too, where I lead stuff to the town and go, damn, I hope they can kill it because I want to loot whoever's dead at the end. Yeah. And in Stalker 2, they've come out and said that it's a bug and that it's broken and they're trying to patch it and fix it. But that system, it's called A-Life. It's not working, where there aren't people roaming around while you're playing the game. Like, you don't just come across other groups of people just doing their thing in your, I guess you kind of like load like a block, like a little quadrant of the map. And then there's people that are just autonomously doing their own thing within that area, and you can come across them. It's like Cyberpunk when it initially launched, and you would just face one way, and then if you turn around, people would spawn directly behind you. That's how this game is. I just like walk down a road, and if I turn around, like sometimes people will just be in the road being like, hey, and they'll attack you. Sometimes they're friendly, but I'm like, I just cleared that area. I know you weren't fucking there hiding. You guys obviously just popped up. And I've seen people, like if you look through the bushes with like a scope or something, you can see people just materialize out of nowhere. Kind of kills it for me, dude. Kind of kills it.
Yeah.
And then they're coming out like, oh, it's like broken right now. We're trying to patch it. I'm like, this isn't like a multiplayer game that you fucked up on launch and the pressure of having a bunch of people on the servers messed it up. This is a single player game. I would have found that out an hour in just play testing it. I feel like they just didn't have it together.
Didn't have time.
Yeah, and then they
get a quick release and then fix it a year later, like Cyberpunk or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't care for it. I'm just kind of waiting for modders to fix the game for sure.
I have seen people I've been seeing a lot of stuff on Twitter about Stalker or like YouTube, and I don't want to piss any of the Stalker fans off because they seem very serious about Stalker. I don't know. It seems like, and I've met some of them in real life, and I didn't really get it till I saw the online community, but a lot of them are like, the bugs are what makes Stalker Stalker. So like if there's a negative review, all the comments will be like, you clearly just don't like Stalker because like this is part of the charm. Is like this game, which to me sounded like cope. And I in some games like funny bugs are, it adds to it in a way. But if it's shit like that where it's like a huge system in the game
that inhibits its ability to be funny, is that's not there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the A-Life system not being there, it's not like a quirky bug that makes for a fun time. A quirky bug would be like, oh, a big band of zombies went into the rookie city and killed the goddamn traitor that I need. and has wiped out that's cool. Because that's something that if you were actually in the zone could happen. Oh shit, the town got wiped out. Like that's cool.
Alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have had, some stuff like that. Like in the Rookie Village, there was an emission storm, which is basically like a big radiation storm. And it says like, everybody get inside. And nobody went inside. And so I'm hunkering down in a building and I come out afterwards and there's a little like barrel fires and fireplaces around where people are like playing guitar and hanging out and everybody's dead. I lost literally 10, 11 people on the first emission storm. Like these guys are gone. I don't know if any of them had like mini side quests or anything.
Yeah.
They got completely killed off because they were too dumb to go inside. But so there is still funny stuff like that, but it's for the most part, I feel like it's a detriment to the game for the A life thing to not be working. That's like the point of the game almost, is that you're one person cohabitating a world with other moving around NPCs. I used to think it was so cool. You'd get like hey, you need to go fetch this guy or kill him or get something from him, and they would give you his coordinates to his PDA, and then you would like fast travel. Oh, he's on the other side of the map. I'll fast travel over to this other city. Or as I'm moving, you realize, oh shit, the guy has moved since I initially he's not just sitting someplace. He's doing his own thing. And you can watch him on the map like, oh shit, he's going this way. So I have to meet up with him where he's going to be.
You'd love Bannerlord. Those fuckers are hustling around the map. And
going around.
You just get like little tidbits, like last seen near Harrenhal. And you go
That's
there
awesome.
And it's like, well, the fucking guy isn't here. Like, okay.
Yeah. I know I've spoken about it before, but Red Dead had that mode where you just take out the HUD. And then instead of people going like, hey, go here, and they give you a quest marker, they'd be like, now go down this road and at the tree, take a right. And then you're going to follow the railroad tracks straight to the Red Barn. And that's so awesome.
It's sick.
Yeah, that's sick.
That's it's kind of old school too.
Have you put your brother on Red Dead, by the way?
I've literally told it, because that is shit he loves, is like, one, like he doesn't love like a lot of hand holding in games. He's like a massive Morrowind guy.
Yeah.
And he also likes worlds that feel alive. And I don't think he's started it yet, but I know when he does, that will be a game he could play for a year straight. And he will fucking love the way the world like feels, the way it feels alive and stuff. And there's still bare bones parts of that game, but that game, I can have so much fucking fun just riding to a town and doing all the weird little shit that pops up on the side.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he'll really fucking like it. But yeah, I bought both my brothers Red Dead.
Yeah.
And both of them were like, we're in the middle of another game. My little brother's like, I'm playing Call of Duty. I'm like, God damn it. I know you're a teenager and you don't want to, you don't even know what Red Dead is.
Yeah.
But you need to sit down and you need to goddamn play Red Dead.
Dude, that, by the way, has been the huge, just like point of irritation for me as I'm sitting there trying to enjoy Stalker 2 for what it is, hoping that they patch the A-Life system.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting there enjoying my time, and the whole time, all my Discord friends shitting on it, but they're like, hey, go ahead and invite me to a Call of Duty match. And I'm like, dude, that fucking game sucks so much dick. Oh my God. I spent my teen years playing Modern Warfare 2. Like, the game has not changed much since then. There's no reason to be playing that for a decade straight.
Well, it's like stuck in the Madden cycle.
Yeah.
Where they don't have to. I do think this Call of Duty is better than the last couple, but it's like the bar's pretty low. So
insanely
I had fun for a week, and then I'm like, yeah, I'm good. And then new Warzone came out. I'm like, I don't know what kind of hubris I had thinking I could enjoy a game of Warzone. It just brings out the fucking sweaty. It's like, I can play hardcore search all day and I'm like top frag.
Yeah.
Play one Warzone. It's like I've never played a video game in my life. And it's just so not fun. But there's something, goddamn battle royales, there's something addicting about the like, well, I'll get them next time. Like, I might as well try again. I'll try again. It's like Warzone's the one where it's like, I probably have the worst win rate out of any battle royale I've ever played, because people are, I mean, they're simply just better than me.
Yeah.
They're smarter, stronger. They're like inhuman the way they move. And with the new Omni system or Omni movement, it's like,
dude,
well,
these whippersnappers, they're diving in ways that are incomprehensible to the human body.
It's the oldest I've felt in a video game.
Yeah,
I can't.
I talked about this last time. I had a kill cam where I was trying to gun a guy down just full auto, and this guy is like slithering around me. Like, not even human, dude. He's just like sliding, dolphin diving, rolling, running around, doing like little like weapon swap peeks at me. And then watching the kill cam, I just look like an old disabled man getting my neck broken because I'm just like, just spraying this gun into the ground. And
it's like pitiful.
Yeah, it was pitiful. I just looked pathetic. And I stopped playing.
I had a teammate that was an old man. I could hear like kids talking in the background. I like, back in the day, I'd shit talk this guy because he was bottom frag. It's like, I'd never been more supportive of a teammate. I'm like, man, you're doing really well. He's like, thanks, man. We're going to win this. Like 0 kills. And I'm like, God bless this man for still getting on.
He's just like, I don't even know if I want to fuck.
Yeah. Like, if I had been like, fuck you, you suck, I feel like he would have just been like, oh, like, this guy just got off work. Like he doesn't like
maybe I don't want to. I should go rake the yard or something. Yeah. Unless I'm hanging this shit up.
Maybe you should raise your children. No, keep grinding, man. Keep playing Call of Duty.
You got this.
You're gonna get back, dude. I've never been more sad that my dad bought a PS4, and he's like, "Oh, I remember we used to play Call of Duty. It's like Black Ops 3 or something had come out, and he bought it. And watching him, all we used to play back in the day is split screen with like his friends and my friends, and like he was like, yeah, I used to be pretty good at Call of Duty. Just like the pure torment on his face of like he played like maybe 3 matches and was like, I'm too old.
Yeah.
It was like seeing the first like gray patch of hair on your dad. I was like, no, Dad, like you're not too old. Like
no.
I remember he bought like Infamous and he's like, I can't play this. Like I don't know how to. He's like, all I know how to play is like Madden and Call of Duty. Yeah. I don't even know how to play Call of Duty anymore. I'm like,
oh, dude, you gotta make that. You gotta make that shift over to Hell Let Loose. You gotta play Battlefield or something. Something where you
time
can
to get in Stellaris.
Yeah, recon. He needs to play recon roles where he can be in the bushes, spotting people for the younger
Wildlands.
People. Oh, dude, I feel like Wildlands is a great
like, game for dad.
Yeah, it's like peak old man military game.
He loves the old Ghost Recon games. So probably. Yeah. I mean, they're a lot different now, but
Muscle Bust was big on that game, and he's like classic old guy gamer now. Where he's just like, get in the helicopter. We're going to go do a surveillance mission.
Dude, I know I'm not like actually old yet. And like, I can still play, like fast. I like fast paced shooters normally more like Splitgate or, shit like that. But it's like, it's given me perspective the way I got my ass kicked on Warzone. It's like anytime I've watched Aqua and just been like, you old man, like, this isn't your game. It's like, holy shit, people are watching me right now and thinking that. Like, it's harrowing. I don't know. It's just like, it's like I am a gamer. Okay.
Yeah.
It's my whole life. But it's like I'm playing too much Mountain Blade. Oh, I'm getting really good at Mountain Blade. I'm losing all my multiplayer prowess.
Maybe we should have an arc where we
city like a motherfucker.
Where we sit there and just play like aim trainer for in Valorant without anybody knowing, and then we just get good,
That'll show them.
I don't have it in me. I don't.
I'll show. I'm still pretty goddamn good at multiplayer Call of Duty. Yeah. Just the worst. I would love to, just really stick it to them.
I don't have it in me. Honestly,
professional athletes, it's not like. I guess we still.
I don't want to feel like Tyson after that fight where he was like, I still got it in me, and then goes out there and just.
Can't walk.
Yeah, I can't even fucking move forward. That was pathetic.
Pretty good defense, but he could. Yeah,
I did hear that there was a clause in the contract that said he couldn't uppercut Jake Paul, which is
that's so lame.
Yeah,
also, I don't think it would have changed a ton, but
I was thinking, oh, it's because he's scared of that uppercut. That thing's scary, and then you see videos of him just like,
here it comes.
He's like trying to seem spry on his feet, and he was just doing this thing that my grandfather used to do. He would stand up out of his recliner and his blood pressure would drop and he would list to the left and right as if he was about to fall over.
He was on a ship deck.
Yeah. And then he would get his land legs and he would kind of move forward. That's like what Tyson looked the whole fight.
I'm still here.
Yeah. It just felt like there was moments where like he could have just like pushed Mike and Mike would have just like fallen back. Yeah.
Dink. I was like pretty sure that's what was gonna happen. I was bet on Jake Paul because I'm like, listen, I read the Mike Tyson autobiography. Okay, I like the guy. I think he's got a good, story of a blah blah. I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure his wife wrote the autobiography, so it's I guess more of just a biography. But remember, I read that in high school. I'm like, damn, this guy, his bullies took his pigeons. His pigeons are like his only friends. And they like snapped their necks in front of him. It's like, I want this guy to do well. Leading up to this, I'm like, I don't think Jake Paul's going to lose. I couldn't bring myself to bet against him though. Cause it's like, I don't even want that money.
Yeah.
And then everyone was hyping this fight up. Like it's going to be this fucking beautiful storm. The announcers, they kept saying it before the fight. I'm like, this is how you know he's going to lose. Cause they kept being like, can he turn back the clock of time for one good punch that knocks out Jake Paul? I'm like, damn, just say he's like 100 years old. Like, did you watch
in
the
boxing
walkouts?
Years? That is like 100.
That
is 100 years old.
And they're showing Jake Paul highlights, and it's like, yeah, he's not fighting real boxers, but they're from the last couple of years. And then every Mike Tyson highlight, it's like the people in the crowd, they've got a fucking wind up camera take the video. Yeah, it's like, damn, this
Mike
is a long
comes
time
down
ago.
from the ceiling, and it's some black and white footage. In the red corner,
the announcer,
Mike
and he's
Tyson.
like 15, and then they showed Jake Paul, same announcer, and he's like,
all of Tyson's clips were in the 80s when he was just an absolute animal. And
he's a monster.
Yeah, but it was funny to see like VHS quality highlight reel for him, and very cool aesthetic. And then a completely different man comes out to fight.
Did you watch the walkouts?
I saw Jake Paul had like 4 sponsorships going on. They're like, he's coming out in a lowrider from West Coast Customs, a big bucket of Celsius with a little camera sticking out of it facing him.
Probably Prime somewhere in there.
Yeah.
It was like the flashiest intro, and then when Mike Tyson just kind of like solemnly walked solo to the thing, I almost cried. I was like, this is, and I think that's just how he looks, but he looks so sad.
In his defense, his entire boxing like persona was like, I'm losing the pomp. I'm losing there's no like,
oh no, I thought it's
no like WWE, like big personality. Everybody else would have like these awesome intro music.
He's like, I just want to go in there and kill the guy.
He's like, no music. I just walk out, do my business. And
he just played a lot more sad.
But now that he's an old man. It was like an old man just like teetering out, no music. Like, it looked like a lamb going to the slaughter. Just
no entourage. Yeah, he had like his little like towel cloak on, and his face just looked so sad. It was heartbreaking.
And then he just went out there and treated his glove like a binky for the entire thing. Just sucking on his thumb.
One announcer's like, "Why is he doing that?" The other guy's like, "This is something he does. Okay, this is a tick."
Dude, that guy was the most biased announcer of all time. The second Tyson gets out in the ring, he just goes, I don't like the look of them legs, man. Look at his legs.
Why is he sucking on that binky and look at those legs?
His legs are gone, man.
Come on, man.
It was funny, though. He still had like his I'm Jack Tyson upper body, but then he had his big boxer shorts and then these little twig legs.
Like me legs on him.
Sticking out underneath. And that announcer just honed in on it immediately. I don't like them legs, man.
It could be like, I did a spar with him like 5 years ago and his legs were not good, but they looked a lot better than right now with those spindly little legs. It's like, dude, yeah, he's old as shit.
Yeah.
Like, give him wasn't he in a wheelchair not that, like, a couple of years ago? Maybe I'm thinking of someone else, but.
No, I've definitely seen pictures of him in a wheelchair because that was one of the funnier tweets was like Jake Paul's next opponent, and then they just post a picture of Mike Tyson in a wheelchair.
Well, looks like he got out of the wheelchair a week ago. he trained his neck still, but his legs, he couldn't.
You know what? We shit on him, but he got $20 million to do that. And, I don't even think that's like Gary Oldman getting like a paycheck for a big movie or like Johnny Depp for Pirates of the Caribbean or something. 20 million is big bucks.
Gary Oldman's still killing it on Slow Horses, one of the best shows out right now.
Yeah.
Guys, go watch that shit. Slow Horses on Apple TV. Gary Oldman plays the detective from Disco Elysium, basically. And I've tried to explain this before. He farts a lot, but it's very funny in a not like Larry the Cable Guy kind of farts, kind of a like more tactful use of farting. And
like a fart that a method actor would do. Just very
like you feel like he himself is really farting.
Yeah, like a detective.
It's not a sound clip. Yeah, he's just an old burnout detective with holes in his socks, and he's just constantly smoking. He's the grossest man you've ever seen on camera. He looks really bad, and the farts, they just add to it. I mean, that's the character. But really good show, really good stuff. Just started the 4th season. Gary Oldman still got it. Fart first episode. So he literally farts so much in that show, and it makes me laugh every time. You always know it's coming, but it gets a big laugh out of me. Gets a couple.
Does he?
It's just like, just the way the other characters always react to like. Apparently, the stink of them is also quite rancid. One of my favorite scenes in the whole show is he like locks the doors in a car and like locks the windows and farts in there, and he's talking to the other guy, and the guy's like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, holy shit. They're room clears, and I just think it's really funny. Anyway, Mike Tyson, old bitch, got his ass kicked. I think everyone was glad he didn't get like knocked out. It would have just been even. And it looked like, I don't know, maybe even Jake Paul didn't want to knock him out. Like, I think his whole persona is like being hated and stuff, but maybe that'd be like a step too far.
What, just completely destroying Mike? Yeah.
Yeah.
He should have bit Mike's ears off. This is for Holyfield.
Was on the ground crying at the end, like, you just don't come back.
No.
It would have destroyed both their legacies. Yeah. It would have been funny if he bit his ear off. That would have bit the entire ear off, not just the nibble. Or if Mike Tyson bit his ear off. I mean, that would have been. Every time they clinched, I'm like, come on, Mike,
right there, you still got right it.
There.
Yeah,
his dentures fall out on his teeth. Clamp to it. One of those wind up sets of dentures, clomping on his ear.
Yeah, I just remember like the mood was so somber in the Discord. We're watching it, like 10 people were watching it, and it was just like sad watching that fight. I don't think anybody was happy watching it. My brother was watching it on Netflix. He's like, second round, the stream teetered out. Like it just got stuck buffering or something.
Yeah,
and he was like, I turned it off because I knew where that fight was going. The second he started moving, and he's like, I heard that the announcer go like, look at his little legs. His legs are gone. He ain't got it in him no more. He was like, I just don't want to. I didn't even want to see it.
Have you seen Tenacious D in the Pick of Destiny?
No, I haven't.
Well, to the like maybe 10 people out there, it's like never mind. I won't even make this reference, but you'll know what character I'm talking about. Come over here, let me catch ya. It's this guy with really bad legs, and he keeps wobbling towards them. He's like, oh, once I get to you, I'm gonna get you bad. Exactly how it felt watching. He just couldn't get to him. He just sat there like this. Which, I mean, he had maybe, I mean, they showed at the end what he threw like a fifth of the punches.
Yeah.
They gave him the first 2 rounds. So I was like, that's good.
But Tyson?
Every announcer is also, I think he won technically the first 2, but every announcer is like, if he does, it's either going to be he knocks him out first round using all of his power reserves, or he's going to lose.
Well, after his career was wrapped up, he did interviews and stuff, and one of his famous interviews is like, yeah, the one thing people never really found out about me was I have no stamina. Even at his peak, he was like, I got tuckered out real quick. And he's like, that's how the Linux guy beat his ass in like 2001, I think. I remember watching that fight pay-per-view in 2001.
Old.
Yeah. I am old as shit. Yeah. I remember watching that in the living room and seeing Mike Tyson basically just get beat by the most boring boxer ever. He was like
Is that pre or post 9/11?
I think that would have been around 9/11. I don't know.
That was a bad month.
Yeah.
Damn.
And he
Come on, Mike, win this one.
we need to win.
Win it for New
The
York.
guy basically had super long reach and was just like keeping him at bay, just a super defensive fighter. And Mike just got tuckered out. But yeah, now he's like 60. He had 30 seconds on the clock of energy before he was doing that thing my grandpa did, where he would teeter around and be all tuckered out. Just sad time. You want to hear something else said? You remember the one man, one jar guy? The guy that put the jar up his ass and then it broke and he goes like, "Oh fuck, I got a jar up my ass."
Yeah. Is it the Pain Olympics guy or is that a different guy?
A different guy?
Okay.
I don't think watched the Pain Olympics, but I think it had something to do with someone chopping off their balls, right?
Oh, okay. They all blend together into early internet, like should not have watched this.
Yeah.
Try to get that out of my head.
Yeah.
What jar guy's the guy with the blue pussy, right? It's disgusting.
Jar guy tries to put like a pizza sauce jar up his asshole and it breaks.
Ugh.
Don't put glass stuff up your ass, guys. Anyways, that guy, pretty famous shock video on the internet.
Right? I mean, you should earn some acclaim if you do. Like, you shouldn't do it, but if you're brave enough to do it, you should be a legend.
Well, it turns out that guy's Ukrainian, and people are suspecting that he got conscripted and has died in Ukraine fighting the Russians. It's kind of like an internet folk hero, gone too soon.
Senseless wars taken an internet hero.
Yep. One of our biggest celebrities gone.
A man that is permanently imprinted on my 8-year-old mind. Now he's gone.
Blown up somewhere.
Life comes at you quick.
Yeah. That'd be awesome though if Gotze was on the Russian side and Gotze's the guy that killed him. You think your asshole's famous? Mine stayed intact.
Check this out, and put his asshole around his head and choked him out. Yeah.
Mafia style?
Yeah. Behind. Prolapsed asshole.
On Gotze's stomach, you can see his mouth breathing in the stomach flesh.
Guy's trying to reach for a jar over to the side. It's just
I know just what to get him off of me. I've been here before.
Oh shit! I put the jar up my own ass again. Muscle memory.
Yeah,
dude, I was watching. I love that movie trope of people getting choked or dying and they're reaching for.
Yeah,
I can't remember what movie I watched. They showed it and it was 5 feet away, and then they grab it in the next shot and hit him with it. Just an impossible. It just made me want to see a movie where it's literally rooms and rooms over, and finally get it right at the end, smash it over their head. I speaking of sad old men, I saw a lot of boomers on my Facebook. I don't know, family or friends from that football group I was in when I was a child, where I added 50 old men that have all. I don't know. I think I've talked about them a little bit. One of them is probably the most open pervert I've ever seen in my life.
You have to respect those people that are just
I recently found out he's married. He has an old wife, and he posts on his Facebook daily, AI picture with moose knuckle, and he's like, God, I want to, taste of that. And this whole time, I'm like, this is just a sad old.
That rocks.
This man's married.
That guy fucking rocks.
He'll post his wife once a year and be like, yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, this is real life. And then he'll go back to Facebook and be like, oh, look at this volleyball college team. Oh boy, I wish I was 50 years younger and had a fucking huge cock to bang him with. And it's just and then every once in a while he'll just post yeah, I went to the doctor, not looking good, and all the comments are so sorry, man, so blah blah, and then next post yeah, I remember Bush, remember Beaver, and the comments are hell yeah, fuck yeah, I still want some of that, I want a taste of that. It's so shocking. Anyway, he posts I put 200 on Tyson, I know he's still got it in him. I'm man, this guy's life just keeps getting worse. Damn, he just lost probably $200 for chemo. I just almost want to send him a pocket pussy or something.
That
technology's out there.
That kind of rocks. Old unabashed horny guys on the internet are same level of just nuances Indian guys that have internet. They're just openly so horny.
It's so many steps past commenting hello beautiful, though. It's just it's just literal pictures of just real women, sometimes AI women, sometimes animated women. It doesn't matter. And then he's just literally like, I want to fuck this chick so bad. And then his wife has just seen these posts. Because when he posts her, he tagged her like she has.
He like tags her with the thirst posts.
Not with the thirst post, but when she's in him. And I'm like, they're just like an old married couple. Like, how is she not weirded out? I'm sure she is.
Yeah.
Or maybe her Facebooks are posting like Henry Cavill. Like, God, I want him to enter me. I have no idea. Maybe they're horny together. But if I was married for, I'm assuming, a long time, and we were old together, and my wife was just posting on her Facebook every day, like, holy shit, I want to taste. I'd be like, okay, I guess I'm just chopped liver.
Yeah, just wrap it up.
I wonder if he like bangs his real life or
I don't know.
It's old people, apparently, they still have sex and stuff.
Yeah,
you know,
I've heard that like
retirement homes have a lot of STDs.
Yeah, which is kind of awesome.
It is kind of, I need to go to retirement home. I'm here to.
I was
going to
ask my grandma. Like, any young suitors come around here? She'd probably be like, nah.
What?
What the fuck's going on?
Are you hitting on me? Get out of here.
Dude, she can't even handle like her TV, so I have to buy her a different TV because the one that I got her is just too complicated. I'm like, if you can't figure out how to watch TV,
every button except for power and volume,
what you need,
3 buttons. Yeah, get
cut
her
out
like a
all the other
jitterbug
ones.
remote.
I've drawn her like schematic. I've drawn her like instructions on like you hit power button, then you go to input, and then you're at cable.
You lost me.
Yeah, because she's used to just hit the power button and boom, you're on ABC or whatever.
She's used to fucking walking over there and tuning in. Okay,
where's the bunny ears on this fucking thing? What are you talking about?
I keep slapping it. Nothing's happening.
When I mentioned that, my Abby's grandma was like, she grew up in West Virginia, like literally the poorest fucking
mountain mama,
the poorest like beginning of her life I've ever heard of somebody having. She's like, I didn't even have like indoor plumbing until I was in my 20s. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And she's
climb
not
up a tree and eat a cardinal and its eggs.
She's not even like that old. Like she's like 70.
I mean, that's pretty old, but yeah, I know you mean.
Yeah, like my
she's not,
grandma's like pushing 90. My grandma's like 92. And yeah, so like Abby's family, they have them quick. And she didn't have like indoor plumbing or anything growing up. And she's like, I remember when the signal would go out, I would have to go out the house, and we had ran a line that went up a cable up to the top of the mountain, because if you put the antennas down in the valley, then you still wouldn't get signal. So we had our antenna about a quarter mile up a hill.
Jeez,
and she's like, I would have to go through the woods and go adjust the antenna at the top of the mountain. I'm like, that is
drunk dad. Go out there and get a cable.
Yeah, fix the signal. It's how do you just have to have a line of 10 people to go like, do I have picture yet, or do you just adjust it and come back down?
Need a really long line with 2 cans on the ends.
Do you see it now? That's fucking horrible. I don't know.
Yeah, that
I grew up in a very privileged time. I realized
I think many do, and they don't acknowledge. Yeah, I would press this little thing on the side of my toilet, flush the poopy right away, so I didn't even have to dig a hole or nothing. Put it in a bucket. I remember my mom's house has an outhouse on the property from like the people before, like olden people. The bare bones of the house is like old as shit. Like they had a really old chicken coop and an outhouse that the chicken coop always was such a like cool childhood like mystery, because the building was falling apart and it was big. Like it wasn't just like a little tiny chicken coop. Like it must have served some other I don't know like what it served, but it was like decrepit when I was a little kid, and you'd kind of go in there, and I think my mom just used it as storage, but I'd always be like artifacts from the olden times. Probably just my mom's like trash. But like my brother and I would go in there and be like, ooh, very cool. And the outhouse was always like, ooh, cool. Like people used to poop in here and pee in here. But we just used it to hide all our trash bags. And every once in a while you'd open it up and there'd just be a family of raccoons like, ah. So stopped really checking either of them out. I think a family of rats moved into the chicken coop. They had to tear it all down. It's just a breeding ground for vermin.
I'm hesitant to. My kid keeps asking for a treehouse, and she's like, "I would really like a treehouse." I'm like, "I would really like you to have a treehouse too. That would be cool." But
They are cool.
I know, growing up, we had a little playhouse, and I think we went in one time, and there was just like a bunch of spiders or like a hornet's nest or something, and then we never went back in it because we were scared to go in there. And it's like I feel like I'm gonna spend all the money to get a goddamn treehouse put in, and then they're gonna
I'll tell you right now, it's not going to be used like
as much as I would like.
Treehouse is never. That was like one of the nicest gifts my mom ever got me when she was building the house. She had the like construction workers stop on the house, and as my birthday present, she like built in the woods like a little tree fort. Like, well, they built it, but yeah, not the like best builders in the world. You know, it's pretty. Now I'm pretty sad because my mom's like, yeah, I think we're going to tear that down. There's not a trace that I ever lived in that house besides that tree house. And when that's gone, it's like my childhood bedroom's been sacked and destroyed. My little sister's taken it. In addition to her room, the house doesn't look the same at all. When I was like, all the memories I have of this place, the backyard is completely different. That tree house is like my last, you know, it's the last sign that I was here, that I'm still here. And I do remember it had one screened in window and then one open window. And after about a week of me going up there and playing, you know, my friends would come over, we'd play. I had a trap door to get in, which was very cool, except for like, you know, sometimes your asshole friends
sit on top
my
of it.
Happy, yeah, he's way bigger. My mom put a cinder block up there to lock it, and you could just very easily be, you know, have your entire treehouse commandeered. But birds would fly in and hit the screen and die. And I went up there once, and there's like 3 dead cardinals, and it was very gross. And I didn't really go up there much after that. I didn't really. And then we got an Xbox.
Yeah, that changes things.
So it changed everything. I think once there was a dead possum in there, like creatures would just go in there and die. And then it's like, opening that trap door, you'd be on eye level with the dead creatures, and it became a more like, you know, Schrodinger's graveyard of random animals, where it's like, I don't want to know.
Yeah,
I don't want to go up there and play because there's probably at least a couple dead birds. It's destroying the wildlife around here.
You gotta be in almost every day for it to be.
There's a lot of upkeep with Treehouse.
A lot of upkeep, dude. Because I always
grew up, sweep it up.
I always grew up like watching, you know, like Stand By Me or like The Sandlot, where they have just
Codename Kids Next Door.
Yes, they have like cool tree houses with like fucking Christmas lights in them, and stuff, magazines, comic books, bedding and shit. It is too fucking hot and humid here for that. They would instantly mildew. Well, there's no way. Yeah, or even like Step Brothers, they have that awesome tree house. You know, with all I can't have that here.
You got to have $1 million to make a treehouse that won't fall apart in 5 years. Like, this one, the tin roof's all rusted out. I mean, the water just goes right. It's got one open wall, so the environment was always
okay.
Yeah, things would just get in there very easily, and same thing where it's like when you're a kid, you're like a treehouse. That's where like. You know, me and all my friends will hang out. We'll drink soda pops. Nah, it's just like a dead bird sanctuary for like, just like bone and muscle and feathers everywhere.
I realize this is honestly just like direct parallel to what parenting is just trying to let a kid down easy on the realities of life, which is treehouses do suck. How do you convey that to them without breaking their heart?
But also like maintaining the magic of the world for a child, because it's like the last times you get before you're magic. Like, fuck.
Yeah, before life really sucks. And you go,
pay your first taxes.
Yeah, I got to pay my taxes now. Oh, the jar guy, my hero from the internet, died in a senseless war.
The blue waffle chick got it all cleared up. Got a regular pussy now.
Like, beautiful picture perfect pussy.
Just perfect. Yeah. And it's like,
BME Pain Olympics guy got a new surgical penis put on, and it looks awesome.
Yeah, it's better than before. balls perfect, perfect shape, perfect width,
Not axed off at all.
yeah. Perfectly manicured. It's just, you're a kid, you think you're gonna live forever, and these people will too, and your treehouse will too, and then one day you grow up and
you realize the treehouse
everything sucks, and then they say that treehouse is coming down, and you can't even think of a great argument to keep it, because now my nephew's like, treehouse, that's cool, I'm gonna go up there, and it's like, you take the wrong step, you're going through it. The tree it's built around is dying. Every part of it, the dream is dying. I like that. It's one of those things where it's like, if I kept believing in it,
I feel like that's the best way.
It's like the old gods.
That's the best way for a treehouse to go out, is the tree that it's on to die, and the treehouse still holding on falls and gets smashed into a million pieces. But to see a treehouse itself get dilapidated over time, that's sad. That's sad.
I need to. It's going quicker than the tree, so I do need to maybe help. Next time I go there,
take a handful of termites
in the roots.
And shake them out onto the trunk.
If it's gonna go my way.
Yeah,
I'm gonna absolutely my box of termites. I'm gonna spill in my mom's wood house first. Oh shit!
I've been trying to play Hunt Showdown with some. I can never find somebody to play that game with me, and me and Willard have been trying to play it for months, and it's been crashing on startup for him, and I'm just like, I fucking give up. And then one day he was like, this was actually a couple days ago, he was like, hey dude, you go do dinner with your family and everything. When you come back at 9 p.m., I'm gonna have troubleshot this Hunt Showdown situation, and we're gonna play tonight. He sends me a text message at like 8 o'clock. He goes like, dude, it's running fine, we're ready to go. We sit down, we load into a game. As soon as like the swamp loads in, I'm in game. I hear a huge crash outside. Fucking tree falls in my backyard, and then I'm like, what the hell? I open up the door, and like, I don't know if you don't have like hurricanes up there. I opened the door, and the wind pressure,
got tornadoes.
The wind pressure shot my door open. like I just unlatched it and it went like, and
blew you across the room.
Dude, it was throwing my fucking little wisps of hair on top of my head to and fro. Yeah, I was like, oh shit. And apparently there was
blew
just
your pants and shirt off.
Apparently there's just a hurricane I knew nothing about. Completely wiped out our power. Knocked over a tree in the backyard.
Again, dude? I'm sick of hearing about this hurricane excuse.
I had to text him. I was like, you're not going to believe this. I know we've been trying to play Hunt. I know we just loaded in, but my power's out and a tree fell in my backyard randomly.
My pants and shirt got blown off. My hair got blown off.
But yeah, it was honestly like the saddest shit in the world. Just sitting there, like not prepared for a hurricane at all. Just in a dark house, no power. Just sitting there on my phone.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the same thing at all, but sometimes the power goes out here for just a second. And now that I'm in like a city area, growing up, it's like, squirrel gnaw on the wrong wire. You're out for 3 days. You're fucking pissed. Here, I do love like, that city power. They fix it normally within a couple hours, but it's like every fucking time I try to stream. And it's like, I don't even stream much because, I've been busy. I've been doing stuff. Also, I get this dread that when I start streaming,
it's going to happen.
My fucking internet's going to go out. Goddamn. I mean, I could talk about how much I hate Spectrum and how, the things I do to them if I got a hold of them for hours. We spent hundreds of dollars setting up this new internet system that runs through Spectrum where like my ultra nerd friend that works in that world is like, this is going to solve all your issues. Stream for the first time 2 weeks. It's like it knows when I'm like, whew, it's going well. I'm playing Mountain Blade, everything. Oh, I'm so happy. Internet, boom, out. You call them, they're always like, there's nothing wrong. There's no internet problem. We'll send out a technician if you want. We've had fucking 10 technicians come out here that don't know shit. They just go over and test it. They're like, looks good. Probably need a new router. Hey, asshole, you gave me a new router a month ago and you're out here. I just bought it. We bought a new router that's supposed to be better. One day when I escape this area where the literal only internet option is Spectrum, I'm going to feel if I ever get fiber or something, I'm going to feel like a weight off my shoulders of freedom that I've just never felt in my life. I've never had stable internet. It's like the last bastion of like, I could probably do it. You know, I probably won't, but I could do a subathon if I had stable. I won't.
Yeah, it's nice to have like some barrier between you and doing like really hard work. It's like,
no, it's a great excuse.
Yeah, a great
too.
excuse.
Now it's like
you could be like, I could be like Mr. Beast, but the internet issue is like it's a little bit temperamental.
You know, I don't think it's actually going to increase, you know, my viewership or anything, but I think it would make. I like literally get dread every time I'm about to start streaming where I'm like, when's it going to go out? Without fail almost every time. But also sometimes I just start getting like a little tired, so I'll go like, what's going on? And then I'll just turn my computer off.
Yeah.
And I'll type in there like, oh shit, big storm just rolled through.
They check the weather app. It's completely blue skies. Blue skies over there.
Sometimes I just see one comment that's like, not your greatest stream. Like,
fuck.
Power off.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not even mean. They're constructive. They're like, hey, I really think you could. I think a new backdrop would change things. Power off. Internet's out. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. I remember I think I was playing like the new Hitman game and when it was new and I was like loving it. And I was like, hey guys, really great idea. We should, you can create your own Hitman missions. And I was like, you guys create Hitman missions, send them to me. And then I'll stream me completing your Hitman missions. And I'll rate them at the end and everything. And I was thinking, that's awesome. It's a little community building. That's like fun times. I was super engaged in the game. Yeah, like when I was like streaming it, people were like, this fucking sucks. You suck. This idea is stupid. You should kill yourself.
No.
And I'm just like, oh, come on. I think Hitman's awesome. That game rocks.
What about we try 20 minutes of being nice to me and complimenting me?
Yeah. That's the new gimmick.
Yeah,
you guys.
What about guys? Like,
gas me up.
I hate when people are really positive and supportive. Oh, that would piss me off. Oh, I'll turn red if you guys start hyping me up.
See how pompous we can make Sam. That's our new bit.
Yeah.
See how much we can make his ego huge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see if we can get me where I can't even fit into the very last strap on a hat. Let's see if I can not wear them all together. Let's see if I have to start shopping for specialty ones online. Let's get my head just this much bigger.
I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. You know Jippy, the musician guy? I saw on his he's got like a store and I saw he has an awesome corduroy Jippy hat with embroidered like a little like album art. I bought that fucking thing and I was like, dude, this is gonna be sick. I was like, oh fuck. I looked in the mirror. I was like, I forgot I have like a giant watermelon head. No fucking way it's gonna sit on my head. It's gonna sit on top like a yarmulke is what it's gonna do.
Which is fitting.
Yeah.
There's a brand I really like, and they do like limited drops every once in a while. It's like sadistic, or wait, no, what is it when it's to yourself?
Masochistic.
Yeah, masochist. That doesn't sound madistic. My dick stink. Nah, there's nothing there. It's sick what I do. Where every time I go, well, this design's different. You know, maybe they finally. Because they say one size fits all, and that should be like legal.
Yeah.
Maybe this time I've bought 5 hats from this company. Not a one is even to the point where it's like they just physically don't fit.
Yeah.
And
I was just feeling my head, by the way, hoping that there was a place where I could get like head liposuction, but it seems like it's just skull all the way around. Like when people, I've gotten fat, but like you don't gain fat around your cranium. It's jowls and lower is where fat accumulates. If I could get like some of this removed, so
like bone,
yeah, like a strip of.
Like, I know I can feel when I run up the stairs. Like my brain is this big and it's got a huge house.
Yeah, there's
so I could probably
too
reduce. I could have the head of a pygmy, and I would be totally fine. And God has decided to laugh at me instead. And when I tell my family and friends, I'm like, yeah, I've got a big head. They're like, how you doing? Like, I've never noticed it. And then they're like, oh, then they start looking. And they always say the same thing. Well, they're like, well, I bet it's just your hair. Oh, bro.
Feel under this hair, dude.
Yeah. I used to not have long hair. I remember. Still, same problem. Feel it. Okay. There's about maybe if you really, you know what a hat does? It squishes it down. And even with my hair that's longest, it's like you're getting maybe half a centimeter of hair? Like, it's what are you telling me to shave my head so I can fit into a hat? Maybe. It's not gonna happen.
I've had that before where I've had longer hair and I thought, hey, when I get my hair cut, maybe hats will fit. I can assure you they don't. It doesn't help in any way.
It sucks too, because it's like when I was a kid, this is like a real hero story. I always wanted to wear hats, but I never had any. When I was a kid, I always thought hats are so cool, and they didn't let you wear them at school. So it's like,
it's good to
what's
see
the
a
point?
kid with some good aspirations.
It was like my biggest dream is like,
I
that's
want to
pretty
wear
cool.
a hat.
Like, and you know what I also thought at the time? You know, it's the early 2000s. I'm like, it's really cool when a guy just confidently like puts it on backwards.
Yeah.
Can't wear them backwards. One, the early 2000s ruined it. There's only very few people now that pull it off where you're like, that's still kind of cool. Two, the strap goes right on my forehead and you see I'm just on the last one and it's like stretched.
Yeah, mine looks like someone's trying to choke me from behind, and then the cord, they missed my neck and it's on my forehead.
Yeah, it looks like a torture device or something.
And not only that, but it's cool when someone has it on and you see a little bit of forehead and then hairline. For me, it's just a full arc of just pink skin when a hat's backwards.
It leaves little to the imagination. It actually probably makes it look
it looks worse because it's a giant window of forehead.
People think you have like a Larry David haircut when all they can see is the back.
Yeah.
And they see nothing there. They're like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and that's like the one thing that people with the receding hairline do is they put on a hat. I can't even do that. Are you kidding? I just have to raw dog this.
I can't even wear it backwards.
I can't wear it forwards. Yeah.
Dude, yeah. I mean, I'm like completely bald.
Dude,
except for
new
what you
business
see here.
idea.
And
just hats that are just like a little bit bigger than normal hats.
hats slightly bigger in the back part. That's that big like window.
It comes with a little bit of
This
fringe
big.
of hair sewn in.
You're like those Jamaican hats that have like the fake dreads
No,
on
this
them.
will just have a little bit of hair.
Yeah, just a little bit of fringe hair so you can know that there is some up there. And the window's this big. And the strap is like this tiny, like right there, because the hat itself is huge.
Yeah. I think we got something
Yeah,
here.
I don't want a joke hat. I don't want one of those baseball hats. It's like, oh, look at this joke. I just want somebody out there make a hat
that works.
just slightly,
it's like
just one size bigger
not
than one size
comically
fits all.
large. Like a regular headed person should be able to wear it and just go, oh, this is comfortable. This has a little
like
bit extra room.
Brim can be the same size. Yeah. The little ball on the top can be the same.
Yeah.
Just the circumference, just slightly. Just why don't 1XL?
Yeah.
I don't know what it would be like. Just why are hats? Back in the old days, you go to a hat maker. You got a real hat size.
Yeah.
It's not just one size fits all shit. Like I got that beaver fur hat from like 1910. It's got a number on it. Whatever happened to like, I don't know if it was lids or some big company that came in and said hats all the same.
What it was is all of our manufacturing. This is my Alex Jones moment.
Okay.
All of our manufacturing went to China. Okay. Chinese people are tiny compared to us. Those one size fit all socks,
smaller.
they go from size 6 to 12. There's a lot of people that have feet bigger than size 12, dude. Like if you go to like any store,
a big difference 6 to 12.
It is, yeah. If you go to a store and you just see like those little like cool socks with cool little designs on them, and you can just, I can just grab that, take it home with me, and I can't do that. My feet are too big for those.
What size feet do you have?
14s, which is
Jesus
like
Christ, you're built like a freaking Yeti or something. What the hell?
If I had,
you're so big in the top and like a bobblehead with Bigfoot feet. That's insane.
If I had
14, Jesus Christ.
If I had like 13s, I might be able to squeeze into some most size fits most socks, but I can't. Okay, I can't.
Dude, I feel so bad. At least I don't have to worry about my sock situation. 11 and a half. I can just put on any of those 6 through 12. But Jesus Christ, you can't.
I can't buy no socks. I can't buy no hats. Okay. Look, dude, God gave me what he gave me. I'm just trying to cover it up, and the society won't let me. Okay.
You need to take your money and get a fucking tailor. You need a closet and a wardrobe made very specifically for yourself, because the rest of the world's not going to help you.
No, they're not.
The rest of the world, they don't care about big-headed,
big-footed freaks.
size large 14 foot freaks. Yeah, it's just like your body's built too weird, so it's like nobody else is gonna.
This has been a real like this is a self-esteem boosting episode. Yeah. You need to get Taylor and just cover that shit up. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Where did Andre get his shit bought? Where did he get his socks? Where did he get his hats?
That's true. Where did he get clothed?
He's got enough money. He just gets a tailor or something.
I feel like he couldn't have had that much money. Like imagine him in his 20s. Like I'm sure he's probably.
Oh yeah, I think I saw a documentary once. I do think they were like very poor, like rural French family or something.
They probably had like a cobbler they went to that took pity on him.
Probably just got like a bed sheet and cut a big head in it, and I don't know, rubber banded it around his waist or something.
Yeah.
I mean,
peasant clothing was very. I bet you could fluctuate a lot as a peasant because all your pants and stuff, you just kind of pulled them up high and then put a belt lower. And then your shirt was always like a big tunic. And so, yeah, you could have one pair of pants and one shirt and gain and lose 50 pounds and be fine.
Great Depression when they had like flour bags that had a hole you could turn into a shirt.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, you dump all your flour out. Whew, that's comfortable. That's not itchy.
Well, it does, you make it sound worse, but it seems kind of nice because like I'm tired of gaining and losing weight and having to go like, I can't wear that anymore.
That's true. And then, I've been fluctuating lately.
Yeah.
In the wrong direction, if you know what I mean.
That's me. Fuck. I usually do like a 2-year cycle where I lose weight and then I'm all right, and then I start gaining it. And I'm fat for a couple years. And
you're carbo loading and then cutting. You're bulking and cutting, cutting.
But every cut cycle, I lose more and more muscle mass. And so just by the end, I'm just going to look like Voldemort.
Bulking and withering, bulking and withering.
A little shriveled up man.
Little Voldemort with a beer gut and big ass feet.
Yeah, like E.T. or something.
Yeah. Wait, yeah, E.T. is the first.
I'm going for the E.T. build. That's going to be me on my deathbed.
I want my arms to be as small as possible on my belly and
feet and head.
Yeah. I need my feet to even be bigger. Yeah. Reverse Chinese foot binding. I need so much room in my feet that it's like a goldfish. It just grows the capacity.
Yeah. I went to, I thought I was, being all nice and stuff. I found like a local shoe business to go to. And the guy that ran it was like a foot fetishist or something. As soon as we walked in, he instantly
pop those dogs. Let me see those dogs.
Yeah, instantly took Abby's shoes off and was like a fine vintage.
Madam, may I take your coat and your shoes?
But he gave us like proper sizing on shoes. He's like, dude, like what the hell are you doing wearing? I've worn 12s my entire adult life. And I'm like, oh, am I like a 13? He's like, no, you're a 14, dude. That's why your fucking feet are so uncomfortable.
Toes where they're all fucking warped and everything.
Yeah. So I have size 14 shoes now. They feel comfortable and everything. I still have some of my old size 12s. I went to go put them on. I'm like, holy shit. Like, I think after a year of me wearing 14s, my feet have fully like gone their full potential of splaying out like they should. Trying to squeeze into a size 12. I almost Chinese foot binded myself without knowing. Yeah, I was giving myself LeBron feet without even realizing it.
Ankles were probably purple. Like, that's insane.
Like lace
2 full sizes. You never were like, hey, maybe my toes shouldn't be folding at the front of my shoes.
No, I don't know. Yeah,
I was size 12 when I was 14, so
I don't know.
That's my shoe size.
Well, okay. Part of it is once you get up into like past 12 and you go to 13 and 14, like you have options for black and white shoes only. They don't really have many cool colors. Everything that's like, what'd you say you wear 11s? Like that's like
11 and a half.
11. Okay. 11 and a half's a little bit weird, but 11?
I can wear 12.
11 is like perfect shoe size. You can get anything in size 11,
It's true. But also it's kind of like a common shoe size. So sometimes they're sold out what you need.
Okay. I get that.
Which can suck.
14. They're so available. I can go to any shoe store.
Well, if I was like size 6,
I walk into
nobody's.
I walk into a shoe store. I go, I'm 14. They go, get the fuck out of here and go to our store online.
They go, you look goddamn 40. You go, no, my shoes.
And they go, here's
okay,
the
then
freak
get that
department. Yeah, like at the van store, they're just like, we have like one black pair of Vans. That's it for size 14. Fucking
We got one pair of shoes made completely of rubber.
Yeah.
You can put those on. They're going to squeak bad. You're going to have mice humping your feet because I think you're mating with them. Oh,
dude, this is going to be insane, but I have another pee brewing and
I could go
it
again.
hurts so bad. I've been hurting for like 10 minutes.
Dude, you're like me today.
Well,
Jesus
I've been
Christ.
enjoying so much of this darn Gamer Sup's my favorite beverage now.
Whoa, the podcast. You didn't get a podcast sponsor, so you can't talk about it on air.
You want to hear something fucked up?
Is it about your penis?
No,
Ooh.
it's not.
Oh.
Stalt has been apparently editing out all of our funny burps that we do that are so funny.
Oh my God. That's like if they took slow horses and when Gary Oldman farted, they said, too gross.
Yeah.
No, actually, I do look at the comments. And sometimes through the tears, I see people saying that they don't like the burps and the noises and they find them really gross.
And repulsive, yeah. Stalt's like, I have cut out so many of those because you do them right into the mic. I'm like, yeah, so people can hear them, okay?
Yeah, because I'm proud of them.
This picks up all the funny noises.
I was so astonished. He could replace them with like a classier burp if he wanted to. Like,
Yeah.
my
Home
step
improvement
family.
burp.
Yeah. My stepmom, when she married in, she would burp so insanely loud and so long. And when I was a little kid, I was like pretty modest and pretty like, my manners. It shook me to my core that one, that women could burp, and two, that they could do it louder and better than, any man I knew.
Yeah.
In my entire step family, they were like great belchers. And they had this thing that also really shocked me, where if someone burped and didn't say, excuse me, my step grandma would say, skank. And they like do it like a little girl would be like, bleh. And she'd be like, skank. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, like the wildlands over here. But now I get it. Now I'm like, okay, well, if you got a really big burp, like you might as well let somebody else hear it.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
I'm not going to
fart.
lie. That's like Abby's thing that she covers up whenever guests are over. But I remember her
but at home.
Yeah, she like sometimes I'm down here and I can hear her a rumbling burp from
Was
upstairs.
she drinking Diet Cokes all day?
No, she doesn't drink a lot of soda. She can fucking burp, dude.
That's crazy
Yeah.
because my stepmom loved Diet Coke at the time. Also didn't get that then. Now totally do.
Yeah.
But she drank a big
Black
ass Diet
Gold.
Coke and then let out.
Shit's
Yeah,
good.
let out a fucking. Very cool.
Yeah.
I feel like she hasn't been doing that as much lately. So I think she stopped drinking Diet Coke because she was like fully addicted.
Yeah.
Addict.
I discovered Dr. Pepper. I'm sorry. Diet Dr. Pepper fucking rocks. That stuff's awesome.
I did like it when I was at your house.
Yeah.
I never had Diet Dr. Pepper until I was there, but I have a friend that's like his hyper focus was Dr. Pepper, and he'd straight up drink a 2-liter in one sitting of League of Legends, and
Jesus,
it was
like a
Yeah.
like a full-blooded Dr. Pepper, no diet, nothing, not zero, Dr. Pepper
I
zero
think
or whatever.
He went to the doctor and they were like, holy shit, you gotta, like, what do you eat? And he's like, I eat pretty healthy. And what do you drink? He's like, I don't know, fucking 2-liter of Dr. Pepper a day. And they're like, Jesus Christ. So now I think he is also on Diet Dr. Pepper. But for a while, it was like, even his kids were like, dude, this can't be good for you. Like, we know soda's not good for you. It's delicious.
Yeah.
But it's the only thing he drank.
There's like
Yeah.
there's like a lot of people that are like, oh, aspartame's not good for you. You shouldn't, like, those artificial sweeteners, not as good for you as sugar is. And I'm like, I don't know, dude. I'm not gonna sit there and
Tastes better. I like the way it makes me feel.
I
When
get
I
it.
don't
The
have it, I feel
regular
sick.
Dr. Pepper probably does taste better. It seems too sweet for me personally, but I'm good. I'm good off that. The other one's got no calories and it still feels good. So
You
I eat that shit all day.
remember the other day when I called you and told you I had a cat?
Yeah.
Short-lived.
Oh, is it gone already?
Time for me to air some grievances. Festivus or whatever. I found a beautiful stray cat. Well, I knew it wasn't a stray. On Friday, I saw this cat. I was just walking my dog, and it just came up to us. I thought, that's a brave cat. It's also beautiful. Spotted and striped, some sort of exotic cat. Later found out it's an Egyptian Meow. Meow? I don't know how you say it, but really cool cat. And I was like, I should take this cat. I didn't. Went to Chicago, came back, walked my dog on Monday. Cat's still wandering around. So I was like, I'm going to take this cat. Brought it into my home. Just clearly not a stray. So well behaved. So nice. Loves dogs. Loved me and all my roommates. As soft as, mink. It's just a really grade A cat. And I went to the, I was like, I'll do the right thing. I'll go to the vet and see if it's chipped. I don't know why, but I was just really hopeful and really believed in the cat distribution system. People are always talking about that this cat chose me and it wouldn't be chipped. Pretty humiliating what ensued. I went, because I was like, I'm going to go to a vet 20 minutes away. How the fuck do I just bring a cat into a vet? Like, I can't, I got to buy a cat carrier. So I bought like a, really nice cat carrier, pink. It was a girl. This is a girl cat.
Why did you buy a cat carrier for the vet?
Because I have to take it into the vet.
Yeah,
I have to, it's
put it
like
under your arm like a football.
Cats are, it's not like Pip. I could pick Pip up and I could hold him down, but a cat, starts scratching me. It starts freaking out. There's dogs in the lobby. It's
So
cool with my dog.
Hold it like this, the body, and then you put its head like this. And
Okay, well, keep in mind, I was also wishfully thinking that this cat would become mine.
Oh, okay.
So I also bought a couple toys.
you dumb
While I was in
bitch.
there, I bought a couple things. I already have cat food because I feed all the strays around here. I thought, this beautiful one, just because I see a lot of ugly strays, and I'm like, I'll
By
feed
the way,
you. I'm not gonna.
To the audience, while I was there, the only things I saw eating the outdoor cat food was a giant raccoon.
Okay, well, I feed a lot of things. A lot of
I didn't
raccoons,
see a
a couple
single
possums.
cat come by.
Oh, there are cats sometimes. They fight with it is really funny. Sometimes I'll open up the door and a cat and a raccoon are like coexisting out there. I'm like, that's good. Maybe they were not so different.
Yeah.
And I took it to the vet. It's microchip. Turns out it's a man named Avocado. Stupid ass name for this cat. And it literally lived a 1-minute walk from me. And when I got to the vet, in my excitement, I don't know, my days, I locked my keys in my car and had to wait inside the vet with this cat I just found out isn't mine. Just spend more time with it, get closer, spend $200 for a locksmith to come over and they just fucking put the little balloon in, pop it, maybe 20 seconds. Guy turns around, can I get a tip? Jeez. Give him a tip, don't know why. And I had to sadly drive it to my neighbor's house that lived so goddamn close to me. And I was like, hey, what's up? I had a really good time with this cat. This lady, okay, tells me, she's like, this is probably the 5th time this has happened where someone's taken it to the vet and seen it's chipped. Get a collar. You're going to clear up a lot of problems in the neighborhood. Get a goddamn collar and put a tag on it. It's like, just wandering.
Yeah.
Here's my number. No, she found nothing weird about that. I'm obviously not going to tell her this cat has cost me serious money. And I've grown very close with it. And she's like, yeah, he just does that. You'll probably see him again. I'm thinking about putting signs up in the neighborhood and, he's just a wanderer.
Yeah, put a collar on him.
Just buy a collar, bitch.
So he's an outside cat.
He's an outside indoor cat. But I told her, I'm like, when I grabbed him the second time, it's because this cat's fearless. He just keeps walking up to dogs. And he walked over to me and Pip, and I'm like petting him. And then there's a woman walking 2 massive fucking dogs across the street. And he starts walking over there, and they're going fucking crazy. And he's still just kind of walking at him. And then a car's coming. He's in the middle of the road. I just, it just seemed like he needed a hero. So I snatched him up. And I told the lady that, and she's like, well, he's got a dog brother, so he's probably just making friends. This cat's gonna be dead in a month, lady. Why aren't you getting? It's winter's come. Okay, it's freezing outside. You're letting this beautiful cat just wander around, make dog friends. There's Roman pit bulls around here. You know, you can't let a cat that's fearless. I did Google it. Apparently, that breeds like the fastest domestic indoor cat. So
really, I looked it up while you were starting this, and every picture of one of those things, it looks appalled. It's like very wide-eyed and scared.
Not this one. It's really comfortable in my presence. I think it really wanted me.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, he'll probably come back over. Who knows? Next time I might not be a hero. I might be a villain. The cat might go missing.
The cat's going to be mine.
The cat's going to be looking out the window right at its owner, but whatever. I don't know. I wanted it. I was so distraught. It was heartbreaking, you know. We named it.
You know what's funny is now that I'm old, I've realized that people like that are annoying. But growing up, we had a dog that would just wander the neighborhood sometimes. And we would get calls from this lady that had 5 dogs. And she would call us and go, hey, Bert is out and he's in my yard again. I'm kind of allergic to dogs. Could you come get him? And my mom was always like, yeah, he got out. He's just wandering. He'll be back home in a little bit. And she'd be like, oh, okay. And like now that I'm a human being and I'm older, I realize that her dogs were probably going insane inside that house, seeing my dog in the front yard. And they probably were
over everything,
completely destroying the inside of that lady's house. But it was just funny that her excuse was like, I'm allergic to dogs and your dog's wander. I'm like, bitch, you got 5 of them. Don't lie to us.
Oh, yeah. That is. I didn't even put that together for some reason.
Yeah, she looked like a dog walker. She would just walk all 5 of them like all at once.
It's probably like generational karma that this happens because, yeah, my mom got a fuck ton of like Humane Society calls, neighbor calls, because we had a dog that'd wander for a while. She had a pig that would literally like break. It would like go to people's storm windows and like break them in. Our miniature horses before have been like caught in other people's yards. Like we're like the worst family in the world about it. So, I mean, I'm not that way. You know, Pip doesn't leave my side, but I probably had it coming to me, I guess, because of the sins of my mother. But
Abby's been wanting. She's like, maybe when we move, we can get a miniature horse. Like, no, they fucking last for 25 years. I don't want a pet for that.
But long. Listen, you want to not mow your grass again?
Get a
and do you want an animal that's just they just kind of chill out?
Yeah.
It's not you get some land. Get 2. They're friends for life. You don't even have to really do any maintenance on them. I mean, you got to clean their stall every once in a while, but they're I would like to have them one day again. I mean, shit, I might have the current ones. They're
old as shit now.
Probably 23.
Yeah. How long does a horse live?
Like 25 years, I think, like 30.
Jesus.
Miniature horse, I'd imagine, is less, but
I would think more. I think the smaller you are, the longer you live, right?
True, like a tiny little dog normally lives bigger than or lives bigger.
Lives longer.
Lives a more fuller life.
Yeah, like cats live a lot longer than dogs do.
I would like to eventually also have like a real horse. I think there's a beautiful majesty in them, but they do scare the shit out of me.
Yeah, they scare me. I don't like them.
They're incredibly powerful and
they kill people.
They're like kind of stupid. Like they get spooked easy. They could just kick you in the head.
Yeah, they flail.
And like a miniature horse, it could kick you in the gut, which would suck. But they don't. You get them fat enough, they can't really do that. So I found out. You get them fat as shit. Just let them eat all the grass in the world.
Yeah,
pretty cool. And horse food. They eat horse food too. They're like real horses.
You see that guy in Indianapolis? He got he died. He went in to do a tanning bed on Friday at Planet Fitness, and then they left him over the weekend, and then they found his body on Monday. But
yeah,
apparently he went in there and shot up heroin, and then was like, "I'm gonna tan." Laid down in the bed.
Thought I looked a little pasty. My local spot got fucking shut down.
Yeah,
health concerns.
Yeah,
it's not their fault he died.
Yeah, it is kind of funny they didn't find him for so long though. It just
also concerning. Yeah, about the like, what do they not clean the beds? Yeah, I really don't understand the like level of negligence of like you just don't check that room
Yeah.
for days and days. You don't smell them, the burnt meat.
Well, that's like so out in the
Sad way to
open.
go.
I remember reading a story of a guy he was like cleaning on top of a big refrigeration row at like a convenience store or something. And he fell behind the refrigerators and then just was back there for years, absolutely years. Like he was just reduced to like a skeleton before they found him because they did renovations.
Death spot.
Yeah, like a little death place. It's like a 6-inch gap or something. He like slipped down there like a piece of paper.
Was he old? Maybe
No, he was a
crawled back
teenager.
there to die. Oh,
He was like,
that's
I think he was like 16 or something, and he like went head first. He fell head first down in there, and then couldn't get out. That's like the
he's
Nutty
close
Putty
to
Cave.
a caving
Yeah.
death you can get.
Yeah,
While being in that is so sad
Yeah.
because for like a while he's like, well, I'm in a convenience store, somebody's gonna get me,
someone's gonna find me. Nah.
and then after like 20 years he's like, okay, it's getting a little old, guys. When somebody gonna get me?
But
It'd be funny if he could still like reach in the back of the fridge and grab snacks.
I sustained myself off of frozen burritos.
People would
for
open
a
it up
while.
and his hand would come out.
Yeah,
That's what my
but he was there for years before anybody found him.
That's insane.
But at least that's like out of the way. This guy died in something that is supposed to be checked. I'm pretty
those
sure
are expensive beds.
as soon as
Now
you
they
open
probably
the
gotta get
door,
rid
you
of
could
it.
probably see the fucking junkies strung out inside the tanning bed.
It's like, wouldn't he have like his possession? Like, you don't get into those fully clothed. Like, would his shit not be right there?
I don't know, man.
I don't know how it works. I've never been in one, but I'm assuming you'd like take your pants off.
Well, they said they found a
somebody
needle
l-
in there too. Oh, and he was supposed to be on like house arrest. He had like an ankle monitor, and like the police were like,
They
yeah,
could monitor
according to the ankle monitor, he never left the Planet Fitness for like 80 hours or something like that.
Oh my God, this guy's gonna have a beautiful tan when he
He's
comes
gonna be
out.
so ripped and tan and beautiful. He's working on himself.
He's thinking about escaping to Cuba. We can tell he's working up a tan.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a sad way to go.
yeah.
I had a completely off topic, but I haven't had like a night where I went out to the bars and just met a random person in so long, and that happened this weekend. I was in Chicago. I was with my friend. We were just talking to this cool dude for hours, and the turn was so sudden and so heartbreaking because we found out too he was challenger in TFT. So we were already like planning, like, okay, you're getting in our Discord. You're going to carry us. You're going to, we have a couple friends in there that need humbled. You're going to humble them.
Yeah.
His phone was dead the entire time. I never got like his contact information. But at one point, him and one of my like best friends and I are hanging out. My best friend guy's completely sober. And this guy and I are both wasted. And we're like, we're like dancing on the dance floor. It's like a blues bar, and we're trying to get my friend to come out and dance. And my friend was talking about like, no, like I think I'm fine, blah blah. This guy just overstepped in a way where it's like, this friend of mine, love him, but I mean, you don't do this to anyone, what I'm about to say, but for him especially, a very risky person to do it to. But he was like, come on, man, like you gotta dance, like wake up, and slapped him way too hard of a like playful slap, just like psh,
Across his face, like full face
the,
slap.
The mood change, the tension,
Yeah,
palpable and incredible.
yeah.
One of the most fun nights I've had in a while turned to instant like, oh my God, my friend's gonna like beat the shit out of him, or like, oh, can't we all, when I'm drunk, I'm like, come on, everybody love everybody, let's all get along. I'm already planning how this guy's going to be brought into our friend group. And that one little decision changed everything. And then he hadn't realized what he had done yet. And then my friend was like, oh yeah, like maybe I'll dance in a little bit. And he waited like 5 minutes till that guy got relaxed, and then he just fucking slapped him so hard in the face. And the guy, I will say, took it incredibly well. He was like, oh, like Yeah, that's only fair. That's only fair. But you could tell it like sobered the shit out of him.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, fuck. Like, what is going on here? And he's like, yeah, man, that's fair. Like, I slapped you, you slapped me. My friend's like, yeah, it is fair. And I'm like, okay, guys, like, are we still gonna play League this weekend? Or like, what's going? Like, you guys want to still keep hanging out? Just the most awkward situation I've been in so long. I was immediately like, all right, this is a fun night. I want to go back and play Bannerlord.
When
I want to.
when I was in Texas, I had been drinking a little bit, and that donut operator guy was he seemed sad in the corner, and I went to go talk to him. I was like, "Hey, dude, cheer up!"
Slapped
and
him.
I went coochie coochie coo, and I tickled him, and like and I look up, and he's just like straight faced, locked eyes with me, no giggle or nothing.
So awkward.
And I was, oh fuck! Like, there's nothing more awkward than
shit, you're not ticklish.
Yeah,
maybe on the bottom of the feet,
Play-
you take a shoe off.
Oh, you don't think that's funny?
What about here?
Feather duster in your ear. Oh.
Yeah.
Everybody's ticklish on their butt. Oh.
Sometimes when somebody blows in your ear, it can feel ticklish.
Yeah, but
Maybe if I put my tongue in your ear.
so funny to tickle someone, they just don't respond. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
I tried to cheer up my daughter. I tried giving her like a little, was a strawberry where you on her belly, and then I just look up and she's just straight faced looking at me. It's like,
grow up.
Yeah. Trying to cheer me up, you dumb bitch.
You're acting like a child. Yeah, I give Pip raspberries. Fucking hates him. Super funny. But every time I do, he's like, ah, ah. But it's just really fun to do it.
It is funny though, like drunk people doing shit, and then like it's much slower to realize like, oh shit, I fucked up.
Yeah, no, that guy definitely thought it was all cool after the initial slap.
Yeah.
And then when he got hit back, I think he like started, because then very quickly after that, he's like, oh, I think I gotta like probably head back home soon. Like that would be so embarrassing.
That'd be
'cause I
funny
know
if it
it's
was
just,
a
like,
knee
stupid.
jerk. Like as soon as he got slapped, oh well, it's about time I deal with Dusty Trail.
Oh, look at the time. It's late. Oh, fuck, that hurt. Yeah, because it's like, I know why he did it, but it's like, when you do something stupid and embarrassing like that, there's not really a lot of coming back from it. Like, okay, remember when I spit that Corona all over that guy and his wife?
Yeah, there's nothing you could have said.
Yeah,
Dude,
I'm like immediately
we
like,
tried.
oh,
Dude, diplomatic
everything.
masters. We came at them with every means to rectify that.
I'll buy you a beer, even though that was mine.
Yeah.
And then you broke that glass, and it's like, all right.
Kept fucking it up. There was nothing. Yeah, somebody came over and was just like, let's go. Like, let's just go to a
his wife,
different bar.
Well, his wife was like, it's fine. And yeah, the guy was like, let's get the fuck out of here.
He was like,
and
I'm not going to lie to you. It's not fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny because he was like, look, I'm not like mad, but you fucked up my night. Like,
and I felt like he was close to hitting me.
Yeah, at first he was. And then towards
Yeah.
the end, he was just like, I'm not going to say it's fine because it's not fine. You ruined my shirt. I have to go back to my hotel room and change.
Which to like drunk me is like the worst thing I could possibly hear. I'm like, we're not friends.
So, yeah,
we're not fine.
Yeah. So
We're still gonna hang
we're
out,
not going to
though,
play
right?
League of Legends later?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it fine socially? Like, can we still talk? No, that guy looked like he wanted to rip my head off. Because I got a little bit of beer on his face and his wife.
Yeah.
Grow up.
Grow up.
I was
spit a
immediately
third
like,
of the beer on you. Grow
Yeah.
up, dude. Be all right.
I was
with it.
immediately like, it's not throw up or spit. Like, it's all beer. And he's like, no, it's not. Like, it's not throw up or anything. Like, it's not even spit, probably. It's just
100%
Corona.
beer that I had
It's probably
gotten
like-
to like here and then spit it back out. It was enough that it wasn't a
$5,000
mouthful.
suit. Yeah.
It was definitely more than a mouthful.
It was he got misted. I went, poof. It was just like,
Really?
It wasn't
Because
like-
from the side view I got, it looked like someone turned on a garden hose for 1 second and just full doused this guy.
yeah, if they cranked it over the mist meter. I mean, it was just like if it were really hot, if we were outside, he would have thanked me.
There
He
was,
would've gone,
dude, I'm
"Oh."
telling you, I saw it. There was no mist. You just like a fucking, you were like a water pitcher or something. It was just a stream. It was a stream of beer.
Like
Yeah.
a fountain.
Yeah, you doused him. You doused him.
Hey, ever been to the Bellagio? Yeah, that was also like the fourth time that's happened to me in my life, and that was probably the most awkward because I was so far from home. Every other time it had been in like a college bar where I'm like, okay, worst case, I can run out of here. I can be home. And
dude,
you know,
I've always had that mentality, like on vacations and stuff. I'm like, I'm never gonna see these people again.
that's
You
fair.
know, like you're never gonna run into like great value DJ Khaled from Las Vegas ever again. I should have spit my beer on him. Be like, I'm getting in on that.
Hey, man, fuck you. You just made my friend waste half his beer with your hilarious joke.
That's a funny bit. Is you accidentally spit one, and then each person, like, I come up and try to fix the issue, and while I'm talking to him, I accidentally do it too. And then we have a third guy come up and be like, "Guys, like, I'm really sorry about my friend."
Shit, what's going on over here?
Just have like 6 people spit their beers on him.
Yeah, I think you would probably.
He would have swung at the second one. If I was the second guy to do it, I definitely would have gotten swung on.
I remember one time I did it to a girl while I was trying to hit on her, and it just, she immediately was like, oh, and I'm like, it's not spit, it's not throw up, it's just, you got missed it, okay? You just got, you're so funny. And then she was gone within about 10 seconds. And yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah. Hey, wait, hold on. I didn't get your number. were you running so fast? I didn't get your number.
Hey, get back here. I still got half a beer left. Yeah.
Me and Abby went on it was our anniversary. We've been together for 9 years, married for 9 years. We've been together for 18. And
Jesus.
yeah, we went to like a fancy restaurant, and I'm sitting there. We've been to this restaurant before one time, and kind of a fancy place. And I was like, hey, you know what? It's a big event. It's our anniversary. I'm going to feel evil ordering it, but I think I'm going to get the veal.
Shirley Temple. Oh,
and she was
veal.
like, honey, you got that last time we came here. And I'm like, no, I've never had veal. I've never had it before. She's like, yeah, you have. You had it last time we were here. And every time we go out, you go, I'm going to feel evil ordering this, but I've never had it before. I'm going to order veal. And I thought it was like an ongoing bit. And I've been saying it apparently for like 10 years. She's like, I've seen you eat veal 25 times.
That is concerning. Wow.
And every time we go out, I go, oh shit, they have veal. I've never had it. I wonder what it's like. It seems evil. Apparently I've been eating it and I've been loving it every time. But these are always like,
it's got mind-wiping properties to it. Yeah. The baby's innocence is really
it's amnesia level qualities of deliciousness. Apparently it's very delicious, so I look happy every time I've eaten it. And now that she's brought that to my attention, I'm gonna remember, because that was like such a mind fuck. Like the whole time I was eating it, I was like, Jesus Christ, I have eaten this before. I remember this exact plate. And she's like, and you had it here, and like when we were
Dude.
in like Durango, Colorado, you had it at that restaurant. Like she was naming off specific restaurants and what I was eating. I was like, first of all, how do you remember this? But
that is
so
also validating. The amount of times we've had a conversation, I'm like, you don't remember that? And you're like, no. I'm like, that was last week we talked about this.
Yeah.
We're like, there's just been so many times, where I like bring something up and you're like, well, you should have told me that before. I'm like, absolutely have.
I've told you a million
times.
Probably
got my calendar. Yeah. It's kind of nice though, because it's like such a fresh perspective of the world every time. Veal. Cool. This is my first time trying it.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never had a bowl
turns
of cereal
out like
before.
I've been single-handedly propping up the veal market. There's one guy that keeps eating it every time he goes out.
Waiter, let me guess, sir, the regular 2 plates of baby veal.
No, it's actually gonna try something new. I was gonna have your veal. Okay, whatever. Say that every time, dude.
Whatever.
Yeah. Get on the usual. The he says. To the
oh shit, he's back. Get him. We need more veal. I've never tried it.
It's apparently delicious. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Abby tells me I love it. Yeah, it's funny. I don't remember doing this podcast. All right, we have to do the second episode this week.
Oh, fuck, do we? Oh, God. Yeah, we should do some sort of Thanksgiving-esque something. I can't think of, like, what,
Patron exclusive.
Yeah.
It can be, maybe you dress up as a native, I'll dress up as a pilgrim.
I keep thinking of, like, when, like, Thanksgiving and I think Native Americans, and I was like, oh, man, I want to have that Atunche Films guy on, who, like, last time he was coming on our podcast, we had him like lined up and he was like shooting a movie and he was like, I can't. And then since he's come out with this like Native American like hour-long video that's really fucking great.
Diss track.
Honestly, it is kind of a Native American diss track. It's talking about like we have like propped up such a crazy image of Native Americans like in our media where they're like in tune with nature and stuff. And he's like, this really kind of fucks up their ability to
show that shit to my mom.
It fucks up their ability to be people. You know what I mean? They did stupid stuff just like us, and they
took poopy and they farted.
Yeah, and he goes over like some of like the crazier things that happened with Native American tribes and what?
Sorry, keep going.
You're like not moving an insane amount. You're like so static. I was like, did your internet just drop out?
Well,
You're like
I cut you off and then I got stunned.
Well, then I was like, well, I'm not going to have him on for the Thanksgiving episode when he just got finished with a Native American diss track, you know? Yeah, let's talk about how much they're actually like savages and stuff.
I think I froze because normally like I just try to cut you off and you just keep going and I'm just like, yep. And then that time you're like, what?
I have to just keep going, dude. I'm sorry. Like,
no,
there's a couple people in my life that are ADD, you being one of them. And when you're talking to a person with ADD, it's brutal because you know that that person is thinking in their head, oh, talk faster, you little bumbling idiot, talk faster. Because
I'm just thinking I'm going to forget this if I don't say it right now.
Sometimes I just get the feeling they're like, fucking spit it out, dude. Because I'm waiting for my turn to talk. And it drives me bananas.
I hang on every word you say. I just also our kind of natural flow in this is just we both just talk when we're okay. My turn.
my turn now.
But I do need people to steamroll over my interruptions sometimes because it keeps the flow. You know
what we need
to just be interrupting all day.
We need to hire the astrology guy. Remember how like if you went to interrupt him one time, he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Did I interrupt you? What were you gonna say?" Like he just like stopped it in the tracks, and you're like, "Oh, no, actually, sir, you go on."
Dude, my dad gets so pissed when I do that. Like my entire childhood, he'll be like telling a story. I'm like, "Oh yeah," and he's like, "Oh, okay, your turn now." And I'm like, he's like, "Oh wait, no, it's my turn." And then he'll keep talking.
That's awesome.
Or if he'd be saying something, I'm like, "Yeah, I know." He's like, "Oh, do you know? Or do you just like I'm still telling you? You don't know yet." I'm like, "Okay, sorry."
That's dad energy, dude. Abby's dad he'll say something like in a conversation, and then he'll go, "Hey, did you hear me? Did you hear me? Did you hear me?
Are you hanging on?
Yeah.
Are you hanging on to my words?"
If you don't directly acknowledge what he's saying, like in like a group conversation, it could be 5 people talking, and like in that space, you just kind of like throw out something, and then it's I don't know, people just bounce around. But like when he says it, he's like, "I want somebody here to fucking acknowledge that I just said."
Tell me that you heard me. Tell me. What did I say?
What I said was valued. Repeat back your favorite part of what I just said.
The wise man says few words, but they mean a lot. Tell me what I said. I'm like the biggest hypocrite, but yeah, I've started doing that to people where I'll be like, "Oh, your turn? Oh no." That just makes them feel like assholes. And most of the time I'm interrupting them when I say it, but I was gonna say earlier when I tried to interrupt you, I wrote it down. We could do like a Thanksgiving mukbang. That's not really like a topic or anything, but that one time we did a mukbang when I first started on.
Holy shit, that was forever ago, yeah.
That was years ago. And I just found out there's a place in Indy that does massive, it's called like pots and pans.
Mm-hmm.
You can buy like a chicken pot pie that's this big, and you can get like specialty pot pies that are like Thanksgiving pot pie, and they'll just put a ton of shit in it. I could just eat one of those for an hour.
Dude, I'm sorry, I love a chicken pot pie. That is like the whitest people food there is. I will fuck up a chicken pot pie. Now, my big gripe is when people take a casserole dish, put the fixins inside the filler, and then just do a puff pastry top and call it a pot pie. I'm sorry, dude. A pie has a bottom crust too. Okay,
Yeah.
you gotta put the bottom crust in there, or else you're just making a casserole with a breading top. It's complete difference.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever even had one that you
The
described.
lazy
no
way,
bottom.
it's like the lazy bitch wife way of making things. You hear me out there?
I call it the lazy bitch wife way of doing it, but not pointing any fingers.
Yeah. I like she made that. I was like, what the fuck is this, dude? I don't gripe about any of the food she makes, but she did that, and I was like, okay, I'm about to have to swing on you right here.
I call mine the delicious cunt grandma. Oh, wait, that sounds like the cunt grandma delicious one. Hold on. And I'm not saying her cookie's sweet or nothing, okay? I have not tasted her hairy frog. I'm just saying that, nah.
Yeah, but a full, you know what's actually pretty awesome that everybody else seems to have is like those British, like the meat pies that it's just like one of those McDonald's apple pies that it's like a handheld pie. And
With meat in
yeah,
it?
they have like meat.
Like a Hot Pocket?
Yeah. Like
I've had a lot of Hot Pockets.
yeah, but a Hot Pocket's
like
a Hot Pocket. Like,
yeah.
They just have like meat pies. I know Greggy has them in Australia, and he's down there always eating. He used to always stream to Discord. He would just be in a park somewhere, leaned up against a tree with a little meat pie. He's like this fat little kid. It's just funny. It's a funny.
I'd love to eat one of those.
That sounds
good.
Awesome. A savory like.
Sounds like a great like. I'm a little peckish right now. I could eat probably 2 would be a good meal. 1 for if you're just peckish.
Yeah. It's weird that just like in the world of pies, we only got the sweet stuff over here now. There's not many savory
Apple,
pies.
Blueberry.
Yeah, dude, I put in my order for Thanksgiving. Blackberry crumble or something. Some sort of not quite a pie, but like a what's the word for that? Where it's not quite a pie, but it's got like
I know what you're
thing on top.
I just keep wanting to say crumble, but that's not it.
Yeah.
It's something like pie.
Like
why is this
like
word
pie,
escaping me?
Crumble thing. That's my Google search. A cobbler. Bingo!
Yes. Oh my god, like peach cobbler.
It's a blackberry cobbler. She's making me a blackberry cobbler.
Oh, with some vanilla bean ice cream on it.
And a little bit of whipped cream. Yeah, it's gonna go fucking insane. Yeah, and then she's like, "What else do you want?" I was like, "I don't honestly give a shit as long as I have mashed potatoes and gravy. Gotta have gravy."
I went to a Friendsgiving the other day, and I had done those before, like in college, and they're just awful. Like it's just, I'm like,
yeah, but you're older now.
I'm older now. Yeah. It was one of the best meals I've ever had in my life because each person, I thought, all these people are like 27, 28, like they're not going to go that hard for Friendsgiving. It was one of the most succulent, varied. No, 2 people brought the same even type of dish, and it was like the perfect Thanksgiving meal. No turkey, chicken,
dude, late 20s
buns with homemade garlic butter. Okay, sweet potato casserole, cranberry dip with like these beautiful chips. I have a picture of it somewhere. Like those like sweetened like brown sugar carrot sticks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, they just hit every bite was just a new sensation. I don't even finish meals like crazy anymore. I want to eat that meal for the rest of my life. I mean, I'd be like 500 pounds, but
sweet potato casserole with like brown sugar and pecans on top.
My god,
dude, that crust on top.
Dude, my mom's family, so Kentucky proud about shit and weird about certain things. I once complimented my grandma's sister's sweet potato casserole because when I was a kid, that was like my absolute favorite thing. Still up there. And I guess, what is she, my great aunt or something? She'd bring that up in like arguments. And apparently I didn't realize, like I was like betraying my grandma because they would have like the grandma and each of her sisters, like their little families would eat their food. And I like crossed the boundary and ate that sweet potato casserole. And she'd always be like, well, Sam loves my sweet potato casserole. And my grandma would be like, well, he loves my chicken dumplings. And I didn't know what I was starting, but goddamn, it was, I never tell my grandma this. She's also dead, but it was better than her sweet potato casserole. Like, her sister really knew how to do it. She knew how to do the brown sugar crust, you know, do the pecans, you know, do the consistency of the potato, not too soft, not too hard.
Yeah.
And my grandma, sure, she's the queen of chicken dumplings, but you can't have it all.
Dude, I haven't had like good chicken and dumplings in forever.
I haven't had them since the last time I went to a family reunion. My grandma made that shit like. That was also one of my favorite meals. You got a Cracker Barrel, it's not the same. It's still, it's all right, but it's not. Grandma will make like good fucking chicken and dumplings. Oh my God, I'm fucking hungry right now. And there's nowhere on DoorDash I can order like chicken and dumplings and sweet potato casserole.
Yeah.
I really just want Thanksgiving meals now.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
Fuck.
Abby's not stoked about it. She has to do all the cooking, but
I didn't bring shit to that Friendsgiving, but
yeah.
how about drinks?
No, what I was gonna say was like when you're in your 20s, like there is a weird middle period where like you're fine just eating garbage like fast food, and then all of a sudden, like mid 20s, I'm like, what about some roasted carrots? You know, with something caramelized on top of it, maybe. And I just all of a sudden like a home cooked meal, I will fucking tear up a home cooked meal.
I don't even like salad. There was a salad there with like goat cheese, brown sugar roasted walnuts.
Oh, candy, yeah,
apple slices,
candied walnuts. Wait, did it have like a honey mustard like dressing?
No.
Okay.
It was like a fall themed salad, but it was fucking insane. I could have ate that every day. There's some cranberries in it. Oh my God.
That's like the exact salad Abby makes all the time with like candied walnuts. Yeah, goat cheese crumbles.
Goat cheese. Oh my God.
Yeah, shit's so good. And she makes some sort of like honey mustard, like vinaigrette that you have to shake up and like put on top of it. Oh, yeah, that stuff's awesome.
I'd eat greens if I had that every meal.
That shit's good, man. Yeah.
Well, I'm about to get a Taco Bell after talking about all this delicious
sucks for you.
shit.
She's up there right now cooking. She's up there.
Oh,
yeah.
Maybe Happy's up there cooking. I don't know yet. She's home from work.
All right. Well, yeah, this is the end of this. I'm hungry as shit now. I'm going to go upstairs and eat something delicious. How about this?
Okay.
While you're eating, you send me a picture of what your dinner looks like. I'll send you a picture of what my dinner looks like.
Okay, we'll see who would win the fight.
Yeah, we'll see whose plate we can beat up.
Which one would beat a vampire?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Later, guys.
Bye, guys.
I don't know exactly what we'll do for the next one, but we'll figure it out. We always do.
Yeah.
All right. Later.